Moving on.
Alright, we are live. Welcome. Alright. I think I have the stream set up properly this time, but I could probably wrong. Let's see. Yes, welcome to the stream, everyone. Yeah, we're back for another lore stream. Again, sorry my voice sounds different. Over the last day or two, I came down with, like, some sort of either allergy or cold or something, and now my throat's all messed up, so we'll see how long this stream will go, but if my throat starts giving me signs that it's dying, I need to, you know, respect that. So, let's just not waste any time, I guess. Check the What do you mean I missed a video? What? Did they keep uploading new stuff? Oh my god. What is this? What order is all of this? Oh god. What is this? Because I thought we were going to start with Corridors of Time, but no, I guess not. What's this? Is this at least related to it? Where does this fit in the timeline?
Once, in a world of crumbling ruins and
1 month ago,
machinery, there lived a pair of doomed lovers. Two androids built to fight an endless battle, who wished for nothing more than a peaceful life with one another.
Is this that thing with 2B?
Again and again, fate would conspire to tear the couple apart, until finally, a miracle occurred.
Never played any of those Nier games.
The fighting was over, and the lovers were free to live their life in peace for the rest of their days. And yet, in another world, there lived a vengeful man cloaked in shadow. Clawing his way back from the brink of death, he built a device that would allow him to physically conjure mere concepts into his own world. He would use these figments
I see the tower in the background
to construct a terrifying new reality. Overnight, he had conquered his newly mechanized world with the help of his business partner, leaving it trapped in eternal darkness. The man decided he needed a soldier. A pawn that he could trust to keep his business partner in line. The choice, he thought, was obvious.
Again, it's still hilarious that Grandiose City is just some actual Dutch city.
The one that would follow orders.
You'd think the Dutch government would try to respond and mobilize tanks or something.
Rushed to save her.
Or maybe they're outside the time loop or something. I don't know how that works.
In a desperate act, he used his phenomenal hacking ability to shift the device's target from one android to another. The device would register the task as accomplished and be unable to summon her again, despite the fact it summoned the wrong target. He gave himself to protect her with no hesitation.
And she's looking for him
Upon
now.
the android's arrival, the man was furious. He had first moved to kill the android for his insolence, but the man was an opportunist. While unruly, this figment had proved to have immense skill in his field. He would be allowed to work under the control of the man and his business partner for as long as he proved useful. Even so, the android could sense he was living on borrowed time. Away from prying eyes in the house that stored the device, he would create a program to reverse its effects.
Why was this title for Skyrim?
But in time,
What does this have to do
he
with
was
Skyrim?
found out, and his hand forced. He ran his incomplete program on the device, and was stranded on yet another unfamiliar world.
Oh,
but the android
is he in Skyrim
was
now?
resolute.
He's
He
in
would find
Skyrim
his
now?
way back to her,
Did he wake
no
up in
matter
the
what.
cart? Oh, you're finally awake. Got caught in that Imperial ambush. It's just Skyrim gameplay. It's literally just Skyrim gameplay. Are they just shitposting more now? Like, oh god.
Gotta get back to cleaning the store. What a mess.
So you gonna put the bucket on the guy's head? Oh, there's something on top of the desk there, or the drawers.
Okay. Should be set up now.
Oh, good, it's voiced.
Testing. Is there anybody out there listening? This is Yorha Unit, former Yorha Unit 9S, and this is a distress signal.
I forgot that was his
I'm currently
name.
broadcasting my
9S.
consciousness data on an open channel. I found myself stranded someplace far from my home, and if anyone can hear this, I'd really appreciate some help getting back. I guess that's all I've got. Sorry, I was never very good
Why
with
is
the
it written
protocol
on
side of
paper?
things. I just sort of let my operator handle it when...
Is this, like, the Dovahkiin reading this?
Never mind. I should probably just keep this line open and go over my situation in case it actually does reach someone.
This is
Like I
part of
said,
the
right now I'm
sociology?
stuck
Yeah.
somewhere that doesn't seem like where I'm from, and as far as how I got here, it's a long story. In any case, when I got here, I woke up in a wooden carriage, all tied up along with some humans around me.
Yep.
Or at least they looked like humans.
There we go.
Normally, that'd be pretty exciting, but under the circumstances, I was really just dazed and confused. Again, long story. I think some of them tried talking to me,
So is
but I
he
must
the
have been
Dovahkiin?
too
Is he
distracted.
reading his own
I
note?
probably should have paid
Is the
attention, though, 'cause
Dovahkiin still
one
there?
second I'm in hacking space trying to make sense of everything, and then the next thing I know, my head is on a chopping block. But what really threw me is what let me escape. A dragon. When I first got here, I thought I had a
Was
pretty
there
good
too?
working
You see,
theory.
McQueen, you was there
Humans still
too.
existed. The technology and architecture looked archaic, and I didn't detect any Maso particles. I must have landed somewhere in my world's distant past. If that was the case, all I would have to do would be to find a safe place to wait it out, but now I'm totally lost again. How could there be a dragon this far back in history? The original dragon only appeared sometime in 2003, and the ones from the Kingdom of Night weren't created until long after humanity's extinction. And even besides all of that,
Yeah, I don't even know
still
near
couldn't
lore.
identify even a trace of Maso on the whole damn thing. I guess my program was even less stable than I... Shit! Which... God damn it, I gotta turn this off!
Again, why is it a paper note? And again, is that the Dovahkiin we're looking through? Does the Dovahkiin even exist here? Like what? What does this have to do with anything? Oh, I remember this mission. I think I hated this mission. This is part of the mage thing, wasn't it? The mage guild? Or am I getting messed up? I think it is. This looks like it. Yeah. Yeah, it was the mage thing. The College of Winterhold.
The bane of Kaigranak and Dagotha.
Always such a pain to get working. Oh, wait, there it is. I think I got it. Okay, I'm 9S. This is a distress signal. I'm stranded
Again, why is it papered?
far from home. Whatever, you get the picture. Sorry, not really in the mood to repeat the whole thing. It's been a long week. Especially when I'm having to limp everywhere. I still don't even know where that arrow came from, but I guess it doesn't
Oh, yeah, funny. The funny arrow knee joke everyone's been making for the past 20 years.
matter either way. I couldn't find anybody with the parts I'd need to fix up my knee, and their healing magic predictably doesn't work on androids. Oh yeah, speaking of magic, I guess I should talk...
Yeah, I get that they don't have radios in the world of Skyrim, but, like, why is it written like a radio broadcast? Like, testing, is this thing on? You're writing on paper, dipshit!
talk about what I've been up to here on my own. After I had to cut off the last broadcast early, I figured the best thing to do was probably find the nearest settlement to try and get some help from the locals. I ended up coming to a place called White Run, and it seemed promising at first. But whenever I tried asking anybody there about what I could do to get back to my dimension, all they'd give me were some dirty looks. They seemed pretty eager to get rid of me in the first place, actually. I think they called me a moth priest or something. Whatever, point is,
I don't know that
eventually
much.
I got told...
Fun fact, I've never actually finished Skyrim, believe it or not. I've started it, and I've gotten, like, I don't know, halfway through the game, but I never actually finished it.
I should be asking stuff about magic at the College of Winterhold, and to stop bothering them. Fine by me, it's not like they've been any help anyway. The carriage took a while, but I got there eventually. The people there at least tried to help me out, but even they had no idea about anything I was saying. I went through their library while I was there looking for anything that could get me back home, but still, nothing. I actually was able to pick up a bit of magic while I was there, though. It seemed simple enough, not too different from the hard light projection tech we used back in Yorha. I guess I wore out my welcome, though, because after a while some people came up to me and basically told me to get lost. I mean, they didn't say it like that, but after talking to the guy they sent me to, I'm pretty sure they just thought I was as nuts as he is. And the worst part is, even this Septimus guy doesn't know shit. All he keeps talking about is stuff about Elder Scrolls, whatever the hell they are. Whatever's in this Blackreach place he mentioned, it better be worth it, because I'm sick to goddamn death of being given...
Blackreach, was that like one of the Dwarven city ruins?
Runaround by everyone
Again,
I talk to.
I'm very dusty on, very rusty on my Skyrim lore.
Anyway, turning the broadcast off for now, so don't get an arrow through me because of being distracted.
Yeah, isn't it Dwarven ruins?
Hang in there for me, okay?
Don't they look like everywhere? There's like links to it everywhere. Huh. I think it's like a maze down there.
Alright, that's running. Time to get started on the diagnostic. Initializing...
9S was trying to message 2B. Well, I mean, how would 2B know to go to the world of Skyrim, you know?
Test sequence. Okay, energy output is looking to be at acceptable levels. Structural integrity seems to be holding steady, and the sample doesn't seem to be rejecting the apparatus. Coordinates have been properly set, pre-recorded transmission data has been inputted, and the trigger mechanism is fully primed. I think that's it? I'll double check. Oh yeah, all systems are green. Man, that's a relief. Now all I gotta do is haul this thing up to where I need it. Oh right, yeah, I didn't explain what I'm doing yet. Basically, it's pretty clear at this point that these broadcasts aren't getting through to anyone. I've pretty much just been shouting into the void hoping someone might pick them up. But the problem isn't that there's nobody there, it's that nothing's getting through to them. The confines of this reality won't let my messages reach anything past them, and I don't have the signal strength to override the restriction. Or I didn't until now. When I first got to Blackreach, I gotta say it was pretty disappointing. Frustrating, actually. Sure, the engineering of the place was impressive, downright fascinating, honestly, considering how archaic the rest of this dimension's tech that I've seen is.
I wonder if anyone made like an archaeology-focused sort of mod for Skyrim where you're like actually having to do dig sites and do like full nerdy archaeological shit trying to learn about the Dwemer.
Been, but none of it got me any closer to getting back home. Back to 2B.
In fact, yeah, little tangent, but I love just in general a game about archaeology and like where you actually have to do semi-scientific stuff, but it does have an interesting story and some mystique that leads you down some weird story path. Like, but it's focused on archaeology and rather than like combat or anything. I think that would be a really cool nerdy game.
But then I read the Elder Scroll. Scores of data came flooding into my head all at once, overloading my processors instantly and forcing me to reboot. But when I finally came to, it turned out I actually retained a lot more of the data than I would have expected. Sorting through it helped me figure out a lot of things, but most importantly, it helped me figure out what I needed to do to boost my signal strength. I had to build a device. Something that could access the reality-warping properties of the Elder Scroll itself and channel them into a beacon to be activated at a Terran space-time. So, yeah, that's what I was doing before, just running my final tests. It was a pain putting it together for sure, but it should be ready now. All I gotta
Again, I'm a little under the weather. My apologies.
do is drag it all the way up the side of a mountain. Well, at least the hike up there won't be so bad now that my leg's fixed up. For now, at least. I can't imagine it's gonna hold forever. I just sort of used whatever leftover parts that were lying around. There weren't many left. I kind of had to take this place clean to make the beacon. There were lots of design revisions I had to do. But now, it's done. And now all I have left to do is to bring it to the volatile space-time hole at the top of a huge mountain and hope it doesn't blow me up because I only had the resources to test it once.
Does that mean they have some human bits
All right,
or they're
I'm getting my own
entirely
head about
machines?
this now. I should just turn the broadcast off and go, but look, I'm not an idiot. I know that I'm just rambling to myself at this point. I guess the question is why I'm even broadcasting this if I know nobody's listening. Well, maybe it's just so that if all of this goes wrong, I'll have left something behind. Anyway, I'm going now, 2B. If
Watching
somehow
this before
you
the
get
rental
this
video.
message,
What, is 2B involved in the rental video?
Despite everything, our memories together are what's most precious to me.
Is 2B gonna run over Mr. Rental with a truck?
See you soon.
I've been seeing so many memes about a certain character running of another character over with a truck in a recent, video game franchise recently. Is 7 Grad Dad a funny meme? I'd still consider it a funny meme. It's classic. Ecstatic. Outmanic, don't you find it all romantic? The way memes used to be. Don't read the note, mind the ore. The ore is good.
Is this thing still getting through? Can you still hear me? Well, even if you can't, I figure I should say this anyway. Thank you. You know, when I brought the beacon up this mountain, I was pretty sure it'd either not work, kill me, or just send me to another far-off dimension that I'd have to find a whole nother way out of. It sure didn't help my nerves to have to convince those old guys to let me through. Since I had the Elder Scroll, they eventually did, but they didn't seem happy about it, so, like, I'm even more on edge than I already am. But none of that matters now. Whoever you are, whatever you are, from the bottom of my heart, thank
So that's the Greybeards, right? He had to go past the Greybeards, it seems.
you, Life Vest Kid. And that goes for both of us.
Wait, what?
Thank you, Life Vest Kid.
Life Fest Kid. Life Fest Kid? Where's that text in there? What is Life Fest Kid referring to?
And that goes for both of us. Both me and 2B.
No clue what that's referring to.
Even if we're still away from our home dimension, we're together again because of you. I guess I'm just left wondering, why? What made you want to help us, and not even just this
Was that the guy dying on the jet ski meme? Or is that something else?
time? 2B says you helped her before when I was still stuck in that world of endless night. She says you took her to a world that looked badly drawn? And you told her to find a certain car and not stop driving it for anything? Well, I guess it ended up working, and she got to where I was, but by that point I was already gone. Apparently she had to fight her way back out of there once she realized that and had to keep finding new ways to cross dimensions to find me.
From the solution E? I don't remember that.
Guess I used the beacon at the right time because she was about to give up hope before you got my signal and brought her to me. Time. That might be the part about this that's throwing me. How did you know to help 2B the first time, before I even sent the transmission? Maybe it was a coincidence, but maybe... If this is a rift in space and time that I'm broadcasting, it might be that the broadcast I'm sending now actually reached you in your past. But if... What is it, 2B? Oh yeah, I guess I am rambling. Well, I'll let you go then, if you actually were listening to this, I guess.
Get it when you watch the side stories.
Thanks
So I'm never gonna get it, okay. The ride never ends.
for everything. Bye.
Notched pickaxe. Oh yeah, that's the Skyrim, Minecraft notch scrolls reference. I remember that. That's an old reference, Easter egg. Huh. Because there's that lawsuit. Okay, that's a gaming history blast from the past. Alright. He gonna jump off the cliff. Yep. Huh. Reading some comments right now. You know, they should have ended the video by eating all the potion crafting ingredients and then becoming paralyzed and just tumbling, like, completely stock still down the mountain. I'm tripping off these perks like I'm a I'm spinning off these perks like I'm a laundromat. Okay. Alright, so this is the Mr. Rental recap video. But it's an official SiIvagunner video.
Welcome to a lore explanation video for me.
Okay, so it's a fake lore explanation video made by the SiIva team, so there's probably gonna be some goofy Easter egg shit in here.
Mr. Rental, the video game. A series where our good friend Mr. Own goes out of his way to burn all mashups. I hope that you've enjoyed the newest entry in the Mr. Rental saga, Story Mode, a choose-your-own adventure, where you get to decide the fate of our own good friends Mr. Rental and Mr. Own. However, I'm sure that with this new entry in the series after a grand 7 years, it leaves you with a lot of questions. Or
Oh, were the original videos way older? I didn't even notice that last time.
maybe you don't really care. It's fine too. The way the story of the paint branch got told was pretty obtuse and vague in general. So I don't blame you if you didn't follow it. But while I've got you here, why not clear up some of those vagaries just for the sake of it?
Also, I like the wordplay with car doors of time. Funny.
Sure some of you out there would probably be happy to get definitive answers for this. Rest assured, we thought all of this through as best as we could before pursuing this story. Be sure to keep that in mind,
there we go.
Even if what you're about to hear.
Look, usually I watch my YouTube videos at 1.5 times speed, unless it's a music video or things like that, so I'll compromise and do 1.25, because it just sounds too slow to me otherwise.
Here sounds absolutely psychotic. So, first off, the thing with the dimension hopping car. This one is actually relatively simple to explain, because it was already kind of pre-established information. In the video behind the scenes Mr. Rental the video game, the original creator of the Mr. Rental series, MBG Music, reveals the plans for his series finale that never ended up getting made.
I hear thunder outside. Is it gonna rain soon?
It's stated that the crappily drawn car exists as something of a link between the two parallel universes of Looney Tunes and Microsoft Paint. And that Mr. Rental and Mr. Own are two separate people who each live in those two separate universes respectively.
Yeah, it's gonna rain soon.
Now, the exact events of that series finale didn't actually canonically happen, as can be inferred by the video A Hard Day's Work, Mr. Rental the video game.
Oh yeah. I did announce that I was doing this stream, but it is a lore stream, so funnily enough, I'll save the announcements towards the end of the stream and I'll probably mention them in the Discord, but it seems to be that the next few weekends in a row will be very busy for me, so I may have to stream during the week instead of the weekends.
But there's nothing saying that the concept of the car acting as a multiversal link isn't still canon. So that's the how of Mr. Rental and Mr. Own swapping.
Oh yeah, what was the branch with 2B in the car? Okay, because I vaguely remember that from last time. Because, yeah, that's clearly 2B in the car.
Universes when they're hit by the cars. But why do they end up getting hit by them in the first place? What's the deal with 2B being in two places at once? Driving two identical cars and crashing into two identical people. What was she trying to do, and what even was it that she did and why? Well, to explain all of that, we're going to have to explain her story in full. So strap in.
Okay, good. This will hopefully answer my questions.
Let's start out.
Because I still only have bits and pieces of this whole 2B and 9S trapped in time thing.
Well, the start, or I guess the end, depending on how you want to look at it. See, the 2B and 9S shown in the SiIvagunner storyline have canonically been through all of the events of Nier Automata. I think that's how you pronounce it, I don't even know. Up to and including ending E. So,
yeah, isn't it pronounced automata? Like an automaton? But I don't know.
The two of them were just hanging out in their home dimension when all of a sudden, the voice decided he wanted to be as a soldier to keep Holtman in line. He attempted to use the Figment transportation device to summon 2B, but 9S intercepted the process as it happened with his hacking abilities, swapping the FTD's target from 2B to himself to save her. He then landed in the central Kana Continuum with the voice not best pleased by his insolence. Why didn't the voice just try to summon 2B again?
Oh, I wanted to hear the same text-to-speech do that. What the fuck? for voice. Voice has a good text-to-speech.
After 9S came out? Well, this is actually quite complicated, and we don't have the time to delve into it right now.
Really? Come on. Okay. But yeah, I do like the narrator's accent, though.
I ask that you keep it in mind for later. Most of what you'll need to know for the story's sake gets covered in the description of the Skyrim mod intercepted broadcast from Tamriel anyway. What happened to 9S after that? That's also stuff covered in the mod.
Okay, so we just covered the Tamriel stuff with the notes he left in the Skyrim world. Okay.
But we'll get to that later. Let's keep following 2B for now. With the most important person in her life taken from her yet again, 2B was left clueless on how to find him. That is, until January 31st, 2017 at 9:30 AM PST,
Specifically.
when Eggnog, aka the Lifest Kid, suddenly appeared,
Okay.
took 2B to the Microsoft Paint universe where Mr. Owen resided, and told her exactly what she needed to do next to get to the CCC. In specific, she needed to find the creepily drawn car and never stop driving it for anything. How did Eggnog know to tell her this? How did he know to help her at that exact time? Again, later. Just
Okay, yeah, because I have no clue what the whole branch with the Lifefest kid is. No clue anything about that.
stick with me for a bit, I promise this will all make sense.
Will it?
After explaining all that, Eggnog walked away unceremoniously, leaving 2B to track down the car by herself.
I love the
It took her a bit,
MSP2B
but
drawing.
eventually, while working undercover at the fucking store, she took notice of Mr. Owen. Shortly after, she was able to confirm that his car was indeed the one she had been looking for, but decided to wait for the right moment to steal it, when Mr. Owen's guard was down. In the video, Story Mode, Mr. Intel the video game, we see that moment as 2B is seen taking the car, driving forward into Mr. Owen and creating an interdimensional wormhole. But as it happens, she didn't end up where she was trying to go at first. She actually ended up taken to the Looney Tunes universe, where Mr. Intel resided. If that wasn't bad enough, she arrived without the car she stole. Why? Well, we'll put a pin in that. Anyway,
Okay.
thinking on her feet, she spotted yet another creepily
What is the music in the background? Is that linked? If I click on the description, because this music here in the background is really good. Is that it? I don't know if that's the full thing. I don't think that's the song that's playing right now. Sounds like it's from like a Nintendo game.
drawn car nearby.
Any of y'all know what this song playing in the background is?
This one belonging to Mr. Intel, and quickly rushed over to steal it and create yet another interdimensional wormhole as she crashed into Mr. Intel, as shown in Story Mode Looney Tunes. This time the car actually did end up taking her to the CCC. How did this happen? Put another pin in that.
Another?
Trust me, I know what I'm talking
many
about,
pins!
I know what I'm saying, I know what I'm doing.
I'm gonna pop with all
Let's
these
not
pins.
make any inferences here. In any case, 2B finally arrived in the central canon continuum, only to find, after investigating for a while, that 9S had already escaped to another unknown dimension. Soon after, she met Wario and Waluigi, along with Mr. Ent, for yet another pin in there, who
Okay.
offered her shelter. While there, she learned of the garlic taco and its uniquely powerful trans-dimensional properties.
One second,
Figuring-
gotta blow my nose. Again, I'm not feeling too well right now. Apologies.
The taco was her best bet in finding 9S. She then stole a taco from
Yeah, okay, I kind of remember this part.
Holtman Works Company
Didn't she get involved with Wade LD at one point?
and attempted to escape the CCC. However, the Grandiose City Police Force were hot on her tail and ended up chasing her back to where she started. This would happen to her a few more times, but she was eventually approached by Woodman. He informed her about the CCC's time dilation, as well as some insider information on HWC. This gave her an idea. TB had to find somebody on the inside of HWC that she could get to trust her. Someone down on their luck, wanting for an exit, but close enough to the top that they could pull strings and get the heat off of her escape. Enter Wade LD, Administrative Secretary, the perfect mark. All she needed was the hook to get him interested.
Haven't you noticed that it's never daytime?
And like that, she's got him. She would keep her correspondence with Wade, steadily gaining more and more of his trust, letting him in on more
I wonder what sort of beverage that Wade LD prefers at the bar. Looks like he's doing shots or something.
and more of her plans. Everything went accordingly until she suddenly realized something. She empathized with Wade's struggle. She couldn't bring herself to screw him over.
Are y'all really not... Okay, maybe I don't know. Did I screw up my brain by listening to videos too fast? Because this is still almost a little slow for me, but alright. Here, I'll compromise further. I can do a custom one, right? 1.15. There, it's a compromise.
She didn't want to go back to betraying her friends, not even if it was for 9S. He wouldn't want that. So she offered for Wade to escape with her. To be absolutely clear, implied romantic tension between Wade and 2B was entirely one-sided on Wade's part. 2B loves 9S more than anything. She just thought Wade was a good guy who deserved a better life. That's pretty much it. But as it turns out, 2B had been a bit too careless, getting both herself and Wade caught and cornered by the authorities soon after the offer. The two quickly took a bite of the garlic taco, finding themselves in a police chase across dimensions, before again being cornered in the Red Dead dimension with one taco bite left. Wade then sacrificed his life so that 2B could take the last bite and escape without him. Once the portal closed behind her, she left Wade one last...
You know, yesterday I did have some tacos with some garlic powder on them. Some garlic powder on them, so... Why am I not teleporting between dimensions? Like, come on. What? How come it happens to him, not me?
message, before continuing on her quest to find 9S. After leaving the Red Dead dimension, 2B found herself in Kirby Fighters, but not the Game Boy world we see in Kirby Fighters 1. She first found herself in the usual world of Kirby Fighters, where Pink Kirby resides. After a while of search...
Wade survived, but his son did not. Okay, it's been a while since I watched that. I know a general plot outline, but I don't know the exact... I don't remember the exact details of the ending.
She managed to find Waluigi's taco stand in this dimension, shown in Kirby Fighters 2. Put a fourth pin in that. Taking one of the...
You gotta take some pins out before you put more pins in. Like, come on.
Garlic tacos, which in this universe are one-time uses like in Kirby, she left the colourful world of Kirby Fighters we normally see, and jumped into the Game Boy version where Grey Kirby was originally from. This then allows for the events of Kirby Fighters as a series to happen, with Grey Kirby jumping into the portal after she rushed by him. Following this, 2B would continue her search, utilising various anomalous items and entities to traverse across realities.
So is the entire point of the whole 2B9S thing just to serve as a plot device for a bunch of time portal jumping shenanigans? Because that's what it seems like. Like, 2B is the thread between all of these other weird mini-series of dumb stuff.
She made a few notable appearances in worlds of note during this time, such as the AI universe, the Steve Harvey universe, and the Amuno universe, which can be seen in Final Destination, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, and Ransomware.
Now look at this pin. Oh god, too many pins. What was this last part?
Which can be seen...
Mario also came out of the portal. There's so many portals, it's hard to keep track of which portal's a portal, you know? That's why when you play the game Portal, there's only two. There's the blue and the orange. You got no more portals than that. You don't need any more portals.
Final Destination, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, and Ransomware from Undertale 2. Speaking of Undertale 2, this is about the time when 2B yet again met up with the one and only Eggnog, who took her from the Armuno universe directly to the realm of Mundus, when Ines had been stranded. Finally reunited, the two were able to use the Elder Scroll in Ines's position to return to their home dimension, putting the whole adventure behind them for good. So that is the story of 2B. But again, we're left to wonder, why did Eggnog show up and help when he did?
Yeah, what's with this kid?
And what was 9S up to before he was found by 2B? Well, you'll be...
Well, we know the second half. We know what happened to 9S because of the Skyrim bit, but...
Happy to know we can finally actually get into that. As previously mentioned, 9S was summoned to the central canon continuum in place of 2B. The voice, although initially wanting to kill 9S for his interference, instead decided to offer him a job at Altman Works Company. That way the voice could at least get some use out of his abilities, and he would be kept on a tight leash as Haltman's administrative secretary. 9S accepted, but he wasn't stupid. You could tell they were waiting for any excuse to get rid of him. So, in secret, he started work on a program that would reverse the effects of the Figment transportation device and send him back home. Soon enough, though, his treachery was discovered by his superiors and he was forced to run his program before it was finished. Of course, this led to it malfunctioning, stranding him into the realm of Mundes within Skyrim. You may be aware of what happened next if you follow the ARG itself, because it was documented in the aforementioned Skyrim mod released as part of it. But for the
Wait, that was a mod? I thought it was just a video. So you actually had to download, install the mod, and run around to find the notes he left. That's what that was? It wasn't just a video of someone recording in Skyrim. I mean, someone was recording in Skyrim, but like... Okay, that's at least a little more creative. Like, usually when you see ARGs and stuff, like, a mod for a completely unrelated video game is not something that's the first thing to come to mind. Huh. Well, I knew the Skyrim video was important because the notes in the video, but I didn't know that that was released as a mod in the ARG. That part was not in, like, made clear in the video.
uninitiated, the mod itself is essentially unchanged from the base game, besides the addition of 4 books scattered across the map, detailing 9S's journey
books,
through
they're
his
notes.
transcribed broadcasts. The important parts to note for this discussion are mainly the last 2, but the general story is that he woke up
Yeah, we
into
saw
the
this.
Skyrim intro, wandered around for a while with nobody able to help him.
It is kind of funny, because if he replaced the Dragonborn, then all of Tamriel is kind of screwed.
Until he found and read the Elder Scroll. He then built a machine that would boost the signal strength of his broadcast, sending a pre-recorded message through a tear in space-time using the Elder Scroll's reality-bending power. This message would immediately reach Eggnog, who responded by pulling 2B from the Armuna universe and into the realm of Mundus with 9S.
Why does... what is the story behind the life jacket kid? Like, how does this guy instantly know how to interpret messages from space and time? Like, is that explained? What's the whole story with this?
Shortly thereafter, Eggnog yet again walked away with no explanation. This would lead 9S to broadcast a follow-up message in thanks, before he and 2B would use the Elder Scroll to return to their home dimension. Now, about that thank you message, this is where things start getting crazy.
What?
Remember when I said that 9S was broadcasting through a tear in space and time? That is crucial to understand the mechanics of what's going on here. See, while the initial pre-recorded message may have just so happened to reach the right person to help 2B and 9S, the thank you message ended up having to take a much more circuitous route to reach its intended destination. It all began when the message was erroneously
There was a video on Life as Kid? Okay, interesting.
intercepted by Number File's computer during the problem E, while the Omegas were looking through his computer
Oh, that's the E video that someone mentioned in the chat earlier.
post-mortem. They noticed a pop-up on that same email, telling them they had to enter the correct T coordinate and forward it. So what is a T coordinate? Well, it's not that complicated, thankfully. In the coordinate plane, the realm that Number 5 resided in, everything corresponds to coordinates, including time itself. This means that if you simply input the right coordinates, you can send information into the past, which is exactly what the Omegas did.
Yeah, also, is this the same music as in the past? Because I want whatever music this is. What is the music that's playing right now in this video?
During the Solution E. With the help from the audience, Gadagadi was able to send 9S's thank you message back in time to January 31st, 2017 at 9:30 AM PST, which is exactly when Eggnog coincidentally warped into the coordinate plane. Reading the message, Eggnog was able to discern that it contained details of his immediate future actions. Indeed, this message, broadcast as a thank you to Eggnog, was received by him before he did any of these things that it was thanking him for.
Okay, so the thank you message is what enabled them to get rescued in the first place. So if he hadn't sent that message, they never would have gotten the help in the first place. So he was predestined to write the thank you message. It was the timeline forbid it from him not writing the thank you message.
As such, it became a stable time loop. Eggnog received the message, which gave him the idea to help 2B in the first place, and those helpful actions would then go on to inspire the message, and so on and so forth. But getting into the specifics of the message, you'll notice 9S mentioned a car, and what Eggnog told 2B to do with it, but it never specified which car it was, and which dimension it originated from. So how did Eggnog know to drop 2B off in the Microsoft Paint universe? You see, Eggnog is an anomaly, as described in the Central Canon Continuum file-in-paint Holtman's archives. Anomalies are objects or entities that can inherently break the rigid bounds of the universe. In extreme cases, they have the ability to warp reality, cross dimensions, and intuitively perceive things.
Apologies if I keep coughing. I'm under the weather.
That they reasonably shouldn't. Eggnog is such a case, an extremely high-tier anomaly, who in addition to all of his more fleshy powers is able to perceive and comprehensively understand other anomalies. So, when presented with 9S's message...
But why is Lifefest Kid an anomaly? What makes Lifefest Kid so different? Like, if he's an anomaly, does that mean he's also a figment or just an anomaly? Like, I don't even...
Nog simply innately knew of the
Death Stranding dropped today. I've been getting, like, not leaks, but, like, pre-release footage in memes and stuff on Twitter for, like, the past 2 days, so... I'm really mad I can't play it, and I'm not going to go out and buy a PS5 just to play it. I still have a lot of other bills I got to pay. So, either someone cracks it online, which I'm probably too lazy to even try to look into, or I'm just going to have to wait till the eventual or possibly never PC release. Maybe I'll play Death Stranding 1 again as Cope.
Drawn car, and that it was likely the one being referred to. But again, how did driving the car and not stopping get 2B to the CCC? Before we get ahead of ourselves, we ought to discuss how exactly the Omegas even solved the problem in the first place. Directly after the Omegas looked over...
Oh yeah, how'd they get the coordinate?
9S's thank you message on Number File's computer, they tabbed over to the previous email, received on June 28, 2024, at 11:59 AM PST. The email itself was presented as a cryptic message, warning Number File of his imminent death, and informing him of what he must do in order to have a chance at revival. It explained that he must go to the Las Misas of the 905 universe on October 13th, steal a watch from the game's protagonist, and stop it at exactly 9:30. In anticipation, Number File uploaded Premonition OST version Undertale, 1 minute after receiving the email, in which the words 1310 are spoken in reference to the promised date. On said date, main theme 905 was uploaded, showcasing Number File carrying out his instructions to the letter. Moving back over to the actual shown events in the problem E, we see that when presented with all of this information, the cryptic email, the thank you message, the stopped watch found on Number File's body, Gadagadi was at the complete loss of what to do with it, so much so that he called for the audience's help.
What? Help me!
He exclaimed,
of course.
signing the help button above.
Why am I trying to put logical sense to shitpost lore? Like, that's when I need to take a step back and think, why?
Of his head.
We have the funny talking help me chicken nugget, and then we got all these and Hamoud and all these other things and memes, and we're trying to figure out what happened to fucking 2B. Like, what? It's almost, I don't know if this is a controversial take, but maybe it was better when the CCC was paused back in like 2017, because there wasn't all these weird tangents that confuse things, and I don't know.
This time, instead of instructing the audience to like the video, it instead directed them to the description. In it, the audience found this out-of-place line. Problem, reverse.
I'm guessing this is part of the ARG as well?
Promised date, plus stop time, minus funny.
Yeah, I would never be the type of person to help solve ARGs, because they are far beyond me. And I don't know. I'm the type of person that just watches like the recap of the ARG that some guy releases on YouTube like a year afterwards.
Years. What did any of that mean? You could probably say that in response to most of this video, but in this case, it meant that the audience had to reverse the promised date of 1310 into 0131. Add the time 9:30 AM shown on the stopwatch and subtract a funny 7 amount of years from the email's listed year of 2024 to result in 2017.
Who the hell would put that together? Like, I don't know. That just seems too convoluted for anyone to figure out who doesn't have, like, this negative time on their hands. Or infinite time on their hands.
Those pieces were then combined to form the full date of January 31st, 2017 at 9:30 AM.
CCC is kind of like Delta. I don't know. Like, if you're talking about the lobotomy perspective, I mean, I think a lot more fan groups are lobotomizing themselves as soon as it's been a few days since new content has came out, and then they just go off the edge and start shitposting. It's happened to countless game communities, so I don't know. They may not be as individual as they believe themselves to be.
PST. Thereafter converted to the Unix time code 1485.
Who knows how to do this? What told them, oh, I should convert this to a Unix code? What the hell is a Unix code?
With that solved, it was then sent to the Omega.
Unix? Is that why the word Unix? Oh, God.
Who then went on to send it to Eggnog, as discussed. But why so specific? What was the relevance of getting that message to Eggnog on that particular date?
And why is Light Vest Kid called Eggnog? What's the thing with that?
Well, it just so happens that on January 31st, 2017, a Hard Day's Work Mr. Rental the video game was uploaded. And then exactly 45 seconds into the video, we see the first and only...
I'm bad at math. Dude, the last time I did any actual math was my, like, freshman year of college. I got a hospitality degree. We barely had to do any math in any classes for that, so... yeah.
only appearance from Eggnog in the Microsoft Paint universe, while Mr. Own is scrolling through his YouTube feed. This video was also notable for being the continuation of a cutaway gag seen in the video opening scene Waluigi's taco stand, in which we see 2B working as a cashier at the fucking store. From this, it can be inferred that the events of that cutaway gag happened on the date A Hard Day's Work was released. Therefore, the sequence of events on that date would be thus. Eggnog receives a thank you message.
Okay.
Eggnog warps over to Nia's universe to pick up 2B.
Okay.
Eggnog takes 2B to the Microsoft Paint universe. Eggnog instructs 2B on what she must do to reach the CCC before he warps away. 2B searches for the creepily drawn car, going undercover at the fucking store.
Like that, that's what
2B
it's
takes
called.
notice of Mr. Own at the store and decides to trick him, and the shown events of A Hard Day's Work ensue. So that's all well and good, but what are the following events in the solution E after cutting back to the Omegas? Well, after the
Why are they
message
called the
was
Omegas?
successfully sent to the correct T coordinate,
Something to do with
Number
math?
File's computer received another email, seemingly directed towards the Omegas themselves, and from the same mysterious unknown source. It was yet another thank you message, but that's not all. Within the email's cryptic wording, Gadagadi was able to pick up on the implication that there may yet be an opportunity to give Number File a second chance at life, a chance at forgiveness and new beginnings. With the seed of that idea planted in his head, Gadagadi's despondent stupor was finally broken. He may have been forced to take a life, but now, with nothing more than a hope, he was able to bounce back. He took the mysterious figure at their word, believing that even in death, it wasn't too late to save
Was that figure still 9S? It said it was the same source, but...
Number File. He would move forward, able to host his Gadags-giving feast with a smile. But the question remains, who was the figure that sent those mysterious emails to begin with? Who could have possibly been able to know all of these things with certainty? 3 words. Susanna Patria Holtman.
Oh, I got confused. So wait, did did Susie relay the message from 9S? Did Susie direct it to the Number File thing? Is that what happened?
In the video regarding Susie, file-int-resph Holtman's archives, Susie Holman is
Number 5 was revived in Hell itself. Do you mean hell itself?
said to have been scattered across the whole of reality, spread so thin she became nigh intangible. The only way she'd been able to communicate prior to her monologue at the end of said video was through short snippets of existing words and phrases used in and around the SiIvagunner channel. If you look over the emails again, you'll see that everything said in them is cobbled together using already extant titles, descriptions, bits of dialogue, etc. And this
Really?
isn't the only example of Susie speaking in this manner. All throughout the ARG as a whole up to this point, you can
I accidentally watched. Yeah, I know I had watched it before the stream. We watched it properly, so I kind of remember part of the video, but it didn't give me enough context around it for me to get spoiled on much until we watched it again.
find instances of this. Anytime you notice a familiar line where it shouldn't be, it was likely Susie trying to speak to you in the only way she could. But that
The only line I recognized there was 4 hours. Let's see.
it was likely Susie trying to speak to you in the only way she could. But that isn't to say being spread across all reality doesn't come with advantages. For one, there's the fact that Susie was able to fully perceive the events of all realities she was scattered across throughout time and space.
So she saw 9S.
This is how she was able to know with certainty exactly what to say and when, and what would happen when she did it. Ever wondered who intercepted 9S's broadcasts and who compiled them into books for the audience to find? Here's a hint. It was Susie. But why would she?
This reminds me of that one, that old YouTube channel, like Extra History, like the Extra Credit spin-off channel, where they had that one series on the South Sea bubble, and it ended up spawning that joke of, oh, guess who got this politician off the... It was Walpole. It was Robert Walpole, because he was pulling the strings behind everything, and it just became a big meme back then. That was before that channel kind of became cringy, but yeah.
She wants you to do all this? I don't know if you know this, it's pretty damn obvious, to get you to solve the ARG, of course. Now, with all of it squared away, we finally arrive at the true, actual focus of
Sorry,
this
I gotta
video.
blow my nose again.
Our final loose ends. The mechanics of the creepily drawn car, its metaphysical effects, and the implications they have on the story of SiIvagunner at large. I hope you're ready, because there's 3 more pages of this script that have been written out, so hopefully you still have popcorn left. I don't know why you'd be eating popcorn to a video like this. I mean, it's kind of weird. I'll just take a sip of water now.
Alright.
Let's begin with the most pressing of lingering questions. How did 2B driving the creepily drawn car land her in the CCC? It's
Finally,
been
we're getting more
established that
pins.
the car can travel between the Microsoft Paint and Looney Tunes universes, but nothing beyond that. So how? The best way to answer this is with a lesson
I'll check
in
for a
temporal
moment, yeah.
mechanics. I'm dead serious. If you've been paying attention thus far, you'll remember that a key detail of 2B's instructions was that she had to never stop driving the car for anything. This small detail, while seemingly innocuous at first, actually caused such a cascading knock-on effect with the other mechanics at play that it created a time paradox. One of those mechanics being that the creepily drawn car can travel exactly 1 minute into the past when it swaps universes. Huh? Why didn't Dr. Nuts place the car a tier higher in the Paint archive if that's the case? Well, Nuts may be a pretty the Paint archive if that's the case.
Huh.
Well, Nuts may be a pretty smart guy, but he doesn't know everything. He didn't see the videos where this effect was demonstrated. And even if he had, it's pretty much impossible to notice. I mean, how are you supposed to realise that the Microsoft Paint and Looney Tunes universes have synced timescales in the first place? Let alone that 2B is travelling back only 1 minute. These things are hard
No
to
one knows everything. Well, I know nothing.
convey.
Beat that.
But regardless, what could even be accomplished with 1 measly minute?
No one can do everything. No, Jevel can. He said I can do anything.
Nothing of consequence, surely. Let's consult this diagram, proving that could be absolutely no far-reaching consequences of this ability. Oh shit.
What?
Okay, so basically, 2B driving the car and never stopping results in an infinite time loop. Let's break down the sequence of events
What?
here. 1. 2B steals Mr. Own's car in the Microsoft Paint universe and opens up a wormhole to the Looney Tunes universe. 2. 2B arrives in the Looney Tunes universe 1 minute in the past without the car she stole. We're getting there, trust me.
Okay.
3. 2B takes exactly 1 minute to find Mr. Rental's car, steal it, and open a wormhole back to the Microsoft Paint universe. 4. 2B arrives in the Microsoft Paint universe 1 minute in the past without the car she stole. 5. 2B takes exactly 1 minute to find Mr. Own's car, steal it, and open up a wormhole back to the Looney Tunes universe.
Okay.
And 6. Repeat ad infinitum.
So it breaks
So,
the loop.
If this is an infinite loop, why did it not actually loop forever? Why did 2B just get sent to the CCC after a second wormhole? Well, it's because in the SiIvagunner multiverse, there is an as of yet unspoken fundamental law, preventing paradoxes like this. Think of the multiverse like a computer. If there is a process getting stuck in a loop, it can't continue to process new information. It just gets stuck running the same thing over and over again. So it has a failsafe to break loops like this when they occur. In this case, what essentially happened was the multiverse auto-corrected the loop by redirecting the car and everything inside of it to the CCC. Do note that this rule only applies to time loops involving physical objects, which is why the time loop with no unnecessarily message is still able to happen, since it's only information. This
What?
actually explains the deal with 2B losing the car each time she goes between the Microsoft Paint
This
and
is
Looney
so
Tunes
dumb.
universes. It was simply the result of the redirect taking the car away. But wait, how can the infinite loop be partially caused by the redirect, the thing that's meant to break the loop?
I'm just gonna pretend like I
Have
understand
you heard of a
this.
thing called a quantum superposition? That's what's
Yeah, Schrodinger's cat, right? I don't know if SpongeBob is dead or alive until I watch inside the box.
going on here. Both of the outcomes, the infinite loop and the metaverse redirect, happen simultaneously, and therefore neither of the outcomes happen simultaneously. If you want me to explain any deeper than that, you're out of luck, because unfortunately, I'm not actually a quantum physicist. Sorry. Anyway,
Yeah.
moving on to the question at heart of all of it. Why did the multiversal redirect send the creepily drawn car to the central canon continuum in specific?
You know, if you call the crappily drawn car the crappily created car, you could also call that the CCC as well. You'd take the CCC to the CCC. I sound like I'm describing, like, Los Angeles road traffic. First, you take the 95 up onto the 228, hook a right onto the 536.
Out of all the infinite other worlds, why the CCC? And if there were two separate cars involved in the loop, and therefore redirected, why was there only one car found by Holtman Works Company?
Maybe
To
it
answer
only
all
redirected
that,
at
we
one
had
part
to
of the loop?
explain the concept of a platonic ideal and its relation to the world of
Wait, we're getting into the what's that called? There's a name of that. The cave analogy, something like that. With the light and them not knowing what's real. I don't know.
SiIvagunner. If you've been
Gotta
keeping
blow
up
my
with the ARG in full, you should have a pretty good understanding of platonic ideals already. But for the sake of completeness, let's go over it again quickly. Close your eyes and picture Granddad in your head. Now stop laughing because I'm trying to explain something. Okay, are you picturing?
Okay.
Good. I'm willing to bet that all of you in the audience had a slightly different picture of him in your head. But throughout all interpretations, there remains
even have
at
a clear
least some
picture.
sort of common ground. That is what a Platonic ideal is, a collective sum of various thoughts and ideas with the same thematic baseline. Does that wording seem familiar? It should, because in the Re-SPH archive, this is how Dr. Endernotz described what a figment is. Figments are the Platonic ideal of the concept they represent, made into physical beings within the CCC. You and I may have slightly different concepts of Granddad, and he may exist in many different forms throughout various works. For example, both his typical off-color Mario look-alike appearances and his appearance as Fred Flintstone with Mario's head are instances of Granddad. But the figment of Granddad seen within the CCC is the combination of them all. He is not only one specific
that.
version of himself, he is all of them.
Right, it's the culmination of all the interpretations of a concept. Yeah, got it.
So what does this have to do with the crapily drawn car? Everything. This has everything to do with the crapily drawn car. In essence, the two cars seen in the Microsoft Paint and Looney Tunes universes respectively are both individual instances of the platonic ideal of the car. Two separate manifestations of the same base concept.
Oh, so instead of bringing both cars in, it combines the two cars into one ideal conglomeration and brings that conglomeration into the CCC. I think that's what it's going for.
What this means is that since the time loop involved two versions of the same object, the multiversal redirect ended up merging them into one, creating a figment. And of course, when a figment is created, it is immediately sent to the central canon continuum, as it is the most metaphysically stable universe within SiIvagunner's multiverse. So then, the now figmatized car, along with everything inside, is taken directly to the CCC. By the way, avid viewers of the channel may be wondering why the instance of the car seen in Slot Machine Betamax Star Fox didn't also get combined when the car became a figment. It's because the figmentization process doesn't necessarily remove any instances of the concept from all worlds. How exactly does it work? It's rather complicated. Maybe we can talk about it in another video.
What? Okay, that's
Maybe
BS.
not, I don't know. So that, at long last, is how 2B and Mr. Ent made it into the central canon continuum. Now wait a minute, you may be asking, where did Mr. Ent come from? Let's go all the way back to...
Yeah, I was about to say, we didn't see Mr. Ent in, like, that whole, like, playable game with Mr. Rental and Mr. Own.
when 2B was driving the car in the Microsoft Paint universe. Yes, right there. Now, I know you don't see anything quite yet, and that's because we need to look deeper. Enhance.
Is he in the back of the car?
Enhance. There he is.
What?
That's right, Mr. Ent was in the car with 2B when she drove it into Mr. Own. He was taking his cousin on a drive when he spotted Eminem and stopped the car completely, leaving Mr. Ent in the back seat waiting for him to come back. This left an opening for 2B to take the car, transporting Mr. Ent to the central canon continuum when the redirect happened.
Mr. Rental, Mr.
This
Own, Mr.
eventually
Rental,
leads
Mr.
us
Sage.
to
Why do we need 4 different versions of primarily the same character as a concept?
opening scene, Waluigi's taco stand, where in this rip, he mentions his cousin Mr. Own, fearing what he's doing now.
Oh my god.
This cutaway gag,
all
which
comes back.
supposedly happened in the present, is actually something of a flashback, as it has been established that timescales between universes work differently.
As some of these earlier videos were being created, did the SiIva team know all of the story getting fleshed out, or did they have to, like, look at what they uploaded in the past and be like, how can we loop this into the story of these time loop shenanigans we're trying to make, and have to, like, squeeze it in there? Like, I wish they would make, like, a making of the CCC documentary once this is all said and done, because I want to see how they managed to cobble this all together over the span of almost a decade. Keep in mind, again, this sort of stuff with the CCC has been happening for a little short of a decade.
Speaking of Waluigi, Mr. Ent also mentions here that they have a long history together. This is also mentioned by Dr. Endernuts in the Paint archive, where he takes note of how strange that is, considering how the two characters are from completely different universes. He suggests that the CCC's Garlic Taco may have altered their memories to allow for this. Yet again,
Has also
this
what?
taco may have altered their memories to
Altered their memories. Okay.
allow for this. Yet again, this is an instance of Endernuts not quite having all the facts. Let's get into the
From Justin RPG to Among Us and AirPod Shoddy. Oh my god.
origins of where this Waluigi is from. I mentioned earlier
Another
to make
pin.
a note of Waluigi's appearance in main theme Kirby Fighters 2. This iteration of Waluigi is actually the same Waluigi from Waluigi's taco stand we know and love. How could this be? Well, As we see in the video, the Kirby fighters send Waluigi into a portal using a garlic taco he made in that universe. But despite that, this still should be impossible, as it is mentioned in Waluigi's taco stand that Waluigi never made a taco before. Well, as it turns out, Dr. Endernuts was actually onto something when he suggested that Waluigi and Mr. Ant's memories were altered, because that's exactly what happened. Side note, when Pink Kirby grabs Waluigi's taco, he calls it a
time-traveling taco.
While this isn't exactly what it is technically true. The Kirby Fighter series of rips are time-locked in the late 2000s, meaning that when Waluigi got sent to the CCC, which is time-locked in 2016, he was technically sent to the future. So, how exactly does this explain
moving the plot along? Yeah, how convoluted is this gonna keep getting? This is already so convoluted. Oh, when this guy got teleported, he didn't lose his memories. When these guys did, they didn't, because this other guy had this time lock and multiple time locks. So you skip. Oh my God, what is happening?
To memories, Waluigi and Mr. Ant.
I'm almost more confused than at the beginning.
Well, actually, I have an exclusive clip to showcase this. Please take a look.
Are they retconning it? Is this just them saying, shit, we missed a clue. There was a plot hole. We have to retcon it in like a fake, a partially fake explanation video. The car arriving in the CCC, I guess. Huh. Alright, they're getting out of the car. What is... Waluigi? Yep, Waluigi. What the fuck? Mr. Red? Waluigi? Okay, so they just somehow happen to have the portals open right on top of each other. Sure. So it was in this playlist because it had to add a retcon.
You can see in the clip, Mr. Ant, after crashing into the CCC with 2B, stumbles out of the crappily drawn car, feeling dazed. Not too long after this, Waluigi gets transported and falls directly on top of Mr. Ant. Due to this forceful collision, the anomalous energies present at the time fused and warped the memories of Mr. Ant and Waluigi, hence their strange history together, which never happened in the first place.
I was about to say, yeah, I don't recall them ever meeting before, but okay.
But on the topic of Waluigi's taco stand and time-traveling tacos, there is actually one last discrepancy to clear up. Let's turn our attention back to the incident involving the Voice's attempted summoning of 2B through the Figment transportation device. Remember when I said that the FTD's target was swapped by 9S through his hacking?
Right.
Well, that was a lie.
What?
But I swear that's the only lie I've told during this video. Honest.
But if that's a lie, what?
I only said it because the real explanation would have completely broken the flow of the script. What is the real explanation? Alright, so the Voice was in his office, and because he, of course, didn't have the time to go all the way back to SiIva's house, he had Parsec opened up on his computer, linked up to SiIva's so that he could operate the FTD program remotely.
Okay, yeah, remote computer control. You know, at my job, if we have a weird IT issue, we can call IT and they'll remote into our work computer to help us solve whatever problem it is. I wonder how that affects things. Is that the reason that 9S was able to do something, or what?
But because Parsec isn't the most reliable of programs, when he tried to summon 2B, it ate his input. So then why didn't he just try again immediately? Well, that's because right after his first try, he got confirmation from his troops stationed at SiIva's house that the target was successfully summoned and detained. However, once his troops arrived with the supposed target, the truth was revealed. Turns out the Voice's troops were freaking morons. It was 9S they captured, not 2B. Upon seeing this, the voice simply assumed that the reason for his program's error must have been due to 9S hacking it during the process, and he proceeded to brief 9S under that assumption. 9S went on to believe him, hinging his escape plan on reversing the FTD's effects and causing the events discussed earlier to occur. Once
How does he get gaslit to think he tried to hack something if he didn't actually try to hack it? Like, he's like, oh, I suddenly got teleported to a new place. I must have tried to hack it instead of someone getting to... That makes no sense to me. I refuse to believe that. Like, if you were hacking something, you would know you're hacking something.
such event being that the FTD malfunctioned and sent 9S to the realm of Mundus. Now 9S figured that this happened due to his reversal program being undercooked, but that isn't quite right. The reason the FTD didn't reverse its effects is because 9S didn't arrive through the FTD in the first place. So how did he get to the CCC?
What?
Let's circle back to Waluigi's taco stand. You'll remember that the garlic taco created in the original video created a portal within the taco truck. Waluigi's boss, Al Bean, reprimanded him, to which he suggested simply draping a blanket over it. It turns out, Al Bean went on to do just that, concealing the open portal in his truck as he made his rounds across Grandiose City. In specific, one of the stops he would make on his route was right outside SiIvagunner's house. Keep this fresh in your head, because now we have to shift over to what was going on in the near universe at the time. As it happens, the near universe was actually the one on the other side of the portal. Said portal appearing behind 2B almost instantly, primed to suck her in. Acting on his feet, 9S quickly moved 2B out of the way, got sucked in himself, and the portal closed behind him. He then landed in the CCC, where the Voice's troops were waiting for an android to capture.
What?
As for why the portal was open for so long in the CCC, while only being open for mere seconds in the near universe, that just boils down to different timescales in different universes again. But more importantly, shouldn't it be impossible for 9S to have arrived in the CCC through the taco portal, given that Waluigi was the one who made it, and he only arrived in the CCC once 9S had already left? Well, again, the garlic taco is established to have time warping abilities. So when 9S
there are also no brain cells present in my brain because I'm not understanding half of this.
went through the portal, he landed at its future.
So this video went like, okay, first half of this video, this is the timeline that happened, this is why you see things in the past videos you have. The second half of the video, actually everything I told you is wrong, and here's how it actually happened. So like, what do I even believe anymore?
Point in space, but in a previous point in time, before the taco had even been created. So
No,
taking all that into account, why was the Skyrim mod's description wrong about these events? Well, it's because the one who wrote it, Susie, thought the unaltered version of the events were too convoluted to sum up quickly, and that it hurt the flow of the writing. It's essentially the same story anyway, just with a tighter focus on the emotional and thematic beats, rather than exact mechanical accuracy. I think with a full overhead view like this though, the story kind of ends up coming full circle when you think about it.
No, it does not. Then what was the whole thing with the parsec and the summoning? Like what? Didn't Voice still try to summon one of them at the same time? Like what? What did that just not do anything? What? It still makes no sense. This makes no sense.
Yeah, you do.
I'm gonna blow my nose again.
Okay, so did you get all of that? I sure hope as hell you did, because I can't be bothered to say all of it again. In any case, those are all the questions answered, right? Well, I guess except one. Why?
Of course, SiIvagunner would bait and switch with lore as well. Ugh.
And I don't mean as in like mechanically or whatever. We're done with all that, I promise. Why as in why any of this? From a storytelling perspective, what is the point of it? All these needlessly intricate plot mechanics, time travel shenanigans, alternate universes, anomalies. What is it all trying to say? What is the subtext?
Nothing.
Well,
It's a shitpost.
here's the deal. The reason anomalies have all these reality-breaking powers, the reason worlds beside ours have often looser rules and spawn anomalies more frequently, the answer is actually very simple, and I mean it this time. It's because they're total bullshit.
Yeah.
It's because the actual writers who made them weren't thinking about how any of this was going to stay consistent.
Exactly. That's what I thought. But I want to see a documentary after all this is said and done, where it went over the process of all of the SiIva team brainstorming. How the hell are we gonna link all of this?
With the established law, and they didn't care. They just wanted to make something funny, disconnected from anything important. That's how you get garlic tacos that can punch holes in space-time, cars that can cross dimensions, and an omnipotent kid in a life vest. That's the reason why most, if not all, sentient anomalies are meta-aware to some degree. Because they're walking plot contrivances. That's why the central canon continuum almost never allows anomalies to be used productively once they enter, because they would completely break the story. But in alternate dimensions, not bound by the main story, it's all fair game.
Huh.
Having said all that, I want to say straight up that this video isn't supposed to be taking a dig at less important stories on the channel. It's fun sometimes to make whatever you want and put it out there. Not everything has to be perfectly in line with some grand overarching narrative or something. It's just about fun. And for most people, it's not exactly fun to work out insane quantum mechanics so their dumb shitpost makes logical sense. Everything stated in this video is still absolutely 100% tried and true canon, but it took a whole lot of thought to have it all fit together as cleanly as it did. I guess at the end of the day, the moral of the story is that none of this matters! But that's okay.
Thank you, 9S. Very cool.
What matters are the things you take away from it. Whether that's mapping everything out so that it's perfectly consistent with everything else, or just finding the humor in things. What's important is that you enjoy doing it.
Yeah, but you may want to separate some stuff more. Like, you may not even want to try connecting all of it. Just let it exist in its own bubble, I guess. Because trying to connect it all just confuses people more, like it did with me. But yeah. If you ask me, they still didn't solve the voice inside your head using the remote software thing. That's still a plot hole to me, but I don't know. This isn't total bullshit. It's unspoken fundamental law of the SiIvagunner multiverse. Can I see it? No. It's because it's total... Yes. Oh my god. Wade, you're married. Okay, that's just the funniest comment there. You are married, Wade. Yeah. Car doors of time. Yeah. Again, funny naming convention. Yeah. Okay. Probably have time for a bit more. It's only been not too long. My voice is holding up okay for now. I still don't feel very good, but, I mean, I'll try to keep going. Oh, Woodman, hi. Okay, so it's a side story. Also, why are you drawn like Susie is drawn in the void? Is it because you're visiting the void? Let's just see what this is about. Because this is the art style we always see. Yep, there it is. What's he gonna say? Be not afraid. Susie, you are not an angel. You are not an angel of the Lord. You don't have like 17 wings and a giant eyeball, okay? Woodman's just unimpressed. Turns back around. Go away. Hello, Woodman. I promise I will not take up a significant portion of your time. As if Woodman has anywhere to be right now. That OMG hi. OMG Woodman, hi. I've come to here today to participate in an exchange of knowledge. I believe I have information pertinent to you. And I believe that this information may help you reconsider your current options. The world moves since you left Woodman. Your trio emerged from the bottom of the tower and are currently in the Voices office. SiIvagunner has awoken from his slumber. Everything is falling into place. The end is nigh inevitable. Oh. Cool. Yep, that's Woodman. Although I don't want to give him the surfer voice, because he just looks depressed right now. I don't think a surfer dude would talk like that if they're depressed. Not cool, man. There's reason to suspect the voice inside your head is a final stand contingency plan. A stand? Is that a joke? I hate the things that he has done, but denying his intelligence would be unwise of us. I believe you would be of service to whatever would occur with your previous knowledge of the voice and previous experience with his tech. Because of this, I have come here to formally request your participation in the final battle. I believe that you would be invaluable in the fight that is expected to happen. Okay. Look. I don't care how you're here or why you chose to come to me and find me. But you're not telling me anything I don't know. I'm sorry? The AI died. Yours collapsed on itself in minutes. Doesn't happen every day. So I have a pretty good guess of what's going on behind me. You don't need to tell me. So you've known. Sure. Pretty sure? Are you sure? If one of them says, are you sure, I'm gonna fucking lose it. And did you have any plan of returning? Just arms at her sides, like she's just disappointed in him. Like, you knew that and you're still not doing shit? Like, come on, man. Not cool. I don't know. I know I don't have to be there for them to win. That's a highly dangerous mindset. You don't know the voice's capability. No, I can say that I don't have to be there. There'll be some confrontation. They'll just punch him in the face or something. And then they'll win. Anybody can do that. What makes you so confident the trio will succeed? I mean, how honest do you want me to be? He's probably gonna say, like, because that's what the audience wants or something like that. Go ahead. What is it? Sorry, I'm realizing I'm saying it out loud for the first time. Snow halation. That's what it spells out, right? We're at the end. Something's gonna happen. What, the titling of the episodes or whatever? First letter? Okay. Look. And I'll be honest if it gets you to go away. They don't need me. She's gonna say something like, they want you, or whatever. I want you. Oh, got it. I know they don't. And frankly, you saw that they didn't. So why are you here to tell me shit I already know? Jesus, Woodman, you don't have to be such a jerk. Like, goddamn. Really, Woodman? You're being kind of a dick right now. I did not come here to tell you. I came here to talk to you. Yeah, you can tell Susie's fed up with this bullshit. Look at her eyes. Oh my god. Okay. Let's see. I was hoping you would be more receptive to this type of information. Now, I'm not sure why you expected that I think I made myself clear. What the hell is the music doing? The music's having a stroke. I'm really not sure what you wanted out of this. What I wanted was someone to stand up to the challenge given that the opportunity arose, but it seems that this isn't the case. Look, if you're trying to do some stand-up to the call thing, it's not worth it. You're not gonna get anywhere. I'm here because I'm tapped out, dude. I'm away from it all. I don't care. So that's it. Just leave me alone. Are you kidding me? Thank you! Finally, someone has common sense! Look, it would be too on the nose, like, have Susie turn toward the camera and, like, you seeing this shit? She probably could. She probably knows the audience is watching this. What? Susie starts to lose it. Yeah, rightfully so. Susie basically like, dude, can you lock the fuck in right now? Are you sure? God damn it. You're going to stand in front of me and tell me you don't care. It's the truth. I like how he doesn't even have any, like, apostrophes or, like, fancy stuff when he's using those words. Again, pardon me, my voice is dying. I refuse to believe you on principle. Are you kidding me? I'm surprised she hasn't sworn yet. Although, in the words of one of the Invincible, swearing doesn't make it cool. Here's the thing. So here's the thing. Here's John Carpenter's 1982 classic, The Thing. You don't just get to stand here and be tapped out. Because for somebody that tapped out, you sure cared for a long time. You filmed a movie because it was easier. You hosted a festival because it was easier. You did whatever because it was easier, sure. But you still cared. You still desired to do something. Look at Susie stand stuff like that. She's almost ready to throw hands. You did all of this. You casted your damnation over this. And when something else, you casted yourself to damnation over this. And when something does happen, the most you can say is, oh, cool. Forgive me for not believing you when you say you don't have anything to comment. Stop. Oh, he's yelling now. Excuse me? Just stop talking. Do you think I don't fucking get it? Ugh. The worst part is that you could have done something. That they had to watch you as you stared the problem in the face and walked into the darkness. You could have done anything. I really couldn't have. No, you could have. But you didn't. Instead, you pushed it off, and when a push returned to shove, you pushed it off again. And here we are again as you detach yourself from it altogether. The cycle continues. Let's see. Would man look so stupidly fat here? I mean, I usually see him drawn like that. Like, that just seems like his standard proportions, I guess. But, yeah. I like seeing the Figments fight. You like, I wouldn't call it a domestic dispute, but like, yeah, this is what you consider peak content. Susie losing her shit. Although she hasn't fully snapped, she's like an inch away from snapping. Do you not realize the self-annihilation? Can we just start at how I feel like a piece of shit about it and work from there? Oh, he's extending a bridge. Is she gonna take it? What do you know about the SiIva AI? Sorry? The SiIva AI. The machine made by your dad. Well, at this point in my life, I would consider myself one of the predominant experts on the matter, but enlighten me. So we got two people who know pretty much everything about the universe. These are, like, some of the two only people who know, like, almost everything about the SiIva universe. So, what does he know that she doesn't? For a long time, SiIvagunner had been unusable since he went to bed. This caused a whole bunch of problems when people realized they weren't happy about this. Had been unusable? What, he was just not making rips? Remember how in Planet Robobot, Kirby was the one to help her even when she trapped him? Well, I mean, it seems like Nozomi was the stand-in for Kirby in the CCC. I don't know. I don't know where you're going with that. So the science team at Holtman Works created the SiIva AI, a brand new device to pretend the guy didn't go away at all. They're perfect out, as they pretended to think they could do everything they were asked for. And say what you will about the thing, but it clearly worked. Probably a jab at drama happening in the team server. Yeah, I don't know anything about that. He carried years' worth of the channel on his shoulders, making sure things happened and as nothing could go anywhere else The most thankless job ever. And when the world told him it was do or die, the guy got himself killed to make sure his world could move on. He did everything he could for this world. What a guy, right? Is he talking about the AI? Like the SiIva AI sacrificing itself, I guess? Since it was technically sentient at the end? He envied you. He envied your freedom. And what does freedom do if no one else can have it? I made a vow to the people I cared about. That I could fix this. That I would be there for them. And what was I doing? Running around making his world my fucking McDonald's play place as the clock ticked down behind me. Yeah, that pretty accurately describes it. I don't want to do something to help them. That's bullshit. I want to fix everything. I want to fix the fucking problem. That is the kind of a meme where it's like that's the thing about men in general, where if someone like expresses their like problems or sadness or like wants to vent to like a stereotypical guy, they'll just only try to offer solutions because that's how their mind thinks, instead of just, you know, empathizing or whatever. And I've fallen into that a lot. I've done that where, like, when my family's telling me issues, I try to think of solutions, and it's just, I don't want solutions, I just want sympathy. McDonald's is canon deceive, Lord. Alright, it's not like they're gonna sue them or anything. I want there to be an ending to all of this. What is this music in the background, too? What are these weird vocals? Is this from something? Oh, God. But the world told me to do or die, and I couldn't stick the landing. He got himself killed, and I can't even walk forward. What do you think, what do you do when there's a virus slowing down your processes? You trash it. You take it out of the picture. So that's what I did. And the world moved on fine without me, clearly. They got what they wanted. So what, he thought he was the virus? Okay, that makes sense. A lot of other things referred to him as a virus, or like a foreign object entity. At that point, why should I care? I shouldn't. I wish I couldn't give a shit. But imagine what happened if that one Woodman, like, rip, the Woodman rip that started all uploaded properly. Just without any glitches. How would that affect the entire timeline, huh? Oops, there's no Woodman now, just the rip. The regular rip that SiIva meant to publish. Anyway. Okay. At that point, why should I care? I shouldn't. I wish I couldn't give a shit, but I do. I care too much to stare them in the eyes. I know goddamn well I'm a failure. And that's why I'm here. Okay, so it's not that he doesn't care, it's that he cares too much to risk himself failing and letting them down. Again, sorry, my voice is dying. Mighty number 9 actually worked. Lamau. Like that's ever gonna happen. I just want to make stupid jokes on the internet, man. So true, just a vibe. Like, why do I gotta be roped up in all this drama, all this SiIva stuff? I just want to make funny jokes on the internet. I'm not talking about myself. I don't want people to think that that's my opinion on the matter, but like, that's just the ultimate, like, vibe that Woodman gives there. I get that. I get that vibe. Who would have thought an MS Paint drawing would be crucial to the end of all things? Lamau. See, it's another reference. Oh god, it's all connected. Just like the last video tried to explain. I don't think it tried to explain it successfully, but it tried. I don't think I could have done a better job, so. I would like to formally apologize for my prior behavior. It was very unladylike of me. It's just been a lot. Yeah. Although I would say the Susie crash out was still kind of justified, though. Lamau. I've been given an opportunity to speak at the Grand Recital, a testament to your work and mine. It's almost mortifying to think of what to say with my limited time here. What Grand Recital? Is that just the final battle or whatever that they're talking about? Since it's gonna be the last snow halation thing? Oh god, imagine what that's gonna be like. Sorry. My nose is dying, as well as my throat. I definitely am coming down with something. Down with the sickness. Lamau. Are you freaking kidding me? Yeah, it wouldn't be ladylike for her to swear, but yeah, Woodman does not care. He's just an internet shitposter forced to become a time-transcending being, you know? Like, how much do you think he would rather just be, like, without any powers, just chilling with the boys, eating pizza and playing video games or something, you know? Stop snorting, Lamau. I wish I was, you know, if I had something like crack, it would make me feel better. Not like I've ever had crack before. Totally just covering my, yeah. Wait, what, did I miss that line? It's almost, yeah. What could it make it all worth it? Born to be a memer, forced to be a time traveler. That sounds like a manga plot. I've been watching everything since the beginning, Woodman. The Christmas seasons, the Halloween nights, the festivals. Immersed by force, observed by choice. I almost wish I could be more frustrated at you. I'm sure others could. But the truth is that I get it. How none of this is turning out how you wanted it to. How you became the architect of your own undoing. Crossing a bridge to get here took a lot of work from a lot of generous people. Okay, yeah, this is the ultimate result, I'm guessing. One of the ultimate results of the ARG, but yeah. I relied on the support of many to stand in front of you today. And it constantly irked me. Believe me, I yearned for doing it all myself, as impossible as it would be. I'm a real micromanager. It comes with being the presidential secretary. I constantly thought about the thing I would do if I could just fix the problem myself. The loose thread to pull to make the knot unfurl. The quick fix that would make the medicine go down. The one magic solution. Pardon me. And you know what? I never found it. Oh, look at that sprite. I like that sprite of drawing of Susie. Let's see. What were people saying? I love that the SiIva team incorporated the rest of the Robot Masters in the CCC. Yeah. I mean, I get that drive, right? But, like, on the other hand, you gotta have a limited amount of main characters with a lot of story presence. Like, we already have so many characters involved in parts of the CCC that they really gotta be careful with who else they add this late in the game. He-Man was also mentioned in Woodman and Robbie Rotten. Well, I mean, yeah, passing mentions make sense, but still. So I took my hands off the controls. I lent my faith to them, as they had given strength to me. I let them create the bridge, and as I prepared to cross it. And then after all that headache, I almost didn't make it. Isn't that funny? She almost didn't make it. What did that mean? Was there a deadline? And now that I stand here in front of you, they have nothing but my undying gratitude for allowing me to be here. The magic solution. It doesn't exist, Woodman. Ooh, overhead perspective. Why do they have shadows if there's nothing to cast a shadow? I guess just thematic detail. Yeah. There's no singular quick fix. It's us. The fact we're here. I've been imbued with the strength and care, or strength of care, that I can stand in front of you and try to tell you this. I know you care about them a lot, Woodman. You care about everybody who has been put in danger because of this struggle. Robbie, Takane, so on, so forth. So instead of making a vow, waiting to find one magic solution, perhaps it could be sufficient to just show up for those you care about in their time of need. Dislodge yourself from the reins. It is difficult. You might hate it. I think you will, even. But I want you to be there. They will be waiting there for you, as you care about them. And perhaps you will have a new chance to save them and give life to their world. Giving life to a world. Porter Robinson. Let's see. Wiley appearing in David Pumpkins. Galaxy Man would be interesting for a grandiose city. Samaritan? I mean, we do have a lot of characters in the city itself. Like, we have the whole, the election storyline with all the, like, the Rappers Union and all the other people and Monica. So, I mean, we do have a lot of city characters. I just don't know how much time there is left in the story. We're approaching the finale of the story. It is not ideal, but it is better than letting yourself fall to irrelevance. Please consider showing up. I understand this is the most I can ask. I believe that your presence, will be invaluable in the fight that is expected to happen. That's the deal. No strings attached. Thank you for your time. Yeah, she just needed to plant the seed of thought. I'm sorry, that drawing of Woodman, it's just... I don't know. This is kind of funny. I know it's meant to be serious and all, but... So that was the final conclusion of the ARG, I guess. It's a lot of people that went into making this. Oh my. Arc 1. Oh wait, are they just splitting up the production by art, by each section or something? Yeah, it's set up by all the sections and all the people that contributed. Huh. And you, the player, yeah. Ah, there's Game Chap and Birdie Chap. Yep. Wow. Everyone who puts Susie 777 into the Oracle, that's not what it was. What? Oh, and all the albums from it. It's neat album art. Never book smart, always money smart. Well, he is intelligent after all. Gotta blow my nose again. I haven't gone through this many tissues in one day before. Oh god. It was like this all during the workday too. Ugh. Thank god I didn't have to do a lot of speaking at work today. There's one more thing. What? They got like 10 seconds left. Is this a second ARG, or is this the same as ARG? Season 8. Okay, I don't know exactly what those mean. But, okay. I just want to make stupid jokes on the internet. The entire SiIvagunner team, probably. Oh shit, why did we loop ourselves into a CCC? We actually have to finish a narrative. Oh god, we just wanted to make funny rips. Really weird Kirby Mega Man crossover. They made a language for the Nugget thing? Oh my god. What the hell? 3-hour Game Chap and Birdie parody? Wait. There was a 3-hour Game Chap and Birdie thing? I know we had a clip that had Game Chap and Birdie in it. Like, some clips, but like... What was the 3-hour thing? Oh god. I'll punch him in the face. Anyone can do that somehow. Except Woodman. If he did it, his arm would fall off again. Three-hour thing is the RMA. Did we try watching that or no? Oh gosh. How long have I gone into this? Hour 43. We'll see how much my voice holds up, but I don't know. I don't know. No, I clicked on the same video we just watched. YouTube, you okay? No, again, that's the one we just watched. Stingy? Okay, what does stingy have to do with this part of the lore? What?
Huh? Wait a second. Is that Robbie Rotten?
Oh, Kit.
It's felt like forever since I last saw you.
Hello there, Stinky.
It's Stingy.
Whatever.
So you've been here all this time? Not surprising. I've always seen you around junk.
Hey!
Well, seems like you've been...
It seems like whoever the VA they got for Stingy did a pretty good job. I mean, for both of them, it seems their VAs did a pretty good job.
busy. Look at this net. It's so big, I have no idea what it's for. But you better not be planning to use it on Sporticus.
Well, I don't know.
Ooh, what's this over yonder? The Wood Finder 3000? Is this one of your new inventions?
No, don't touch that.
But it looks so
Okay, that's just a straight up line from the song.
shiny. I just have to.
Don't touch it. No.
Okay, so it seems like most of the Robbie clips are actually just clips from the song in different contexts, or just other Robbie clips.
Oh no, Robbie, I didn't mean.
You are in so much trouble.
Huh? No, not my car! Please, it's mine!
Bye then.
The fact that they even had all the musical stings and cues. Okay.
Oh. Now I have to walk. Ow! Ow!
And the
Hey,
banana.
Who placed these
Oh,
wires?
wires.
I wonder where they lead.
This was the, what? This was the beginning of the...
Wow.
The takeover?
Who left all
Was
this
it?
stuff? This is so much more than
I think I had seen this video in the past, but this is the first time seeing it in the proper time frame.
Robbie had. Oh, look, a free computer. Pixel taught me how to use these. Wait a second. SiIvagunner? This computer is logged right into SiIvagunner's
Yeah, that was the start of the
channel.
takeover.
Well, SiIvagunner is in bed, right? Surely he won't mind if I were to, I don't know, take care of his channel for a while in his absence. Yes, of course. I'd just be taking the right course of action. SiIvagunner needs someone, and whoever
Yep.
had it here clearly.
Season mine, yeah, end of season 8, beginning of season mine. Lamau. Oh god. They hit the triagonal side, Lamau. Okay, oh god, this one's 9 minutes? What's this?
Greetings, peasants. According to my new computer, I've been running SiIvagunner's channel for over a month now, with plenty of high-quality rips all belonging to me. With so many fabulous rips, I realized I was missing something important.
With Siva waking up, it would be funny to see Siva beat the absolute shit out of Stingy on live television.
If I were SiIvagunner, I would have made an album by now. So that's what I'm doing. Today, ladies and gentlemen of Grandiose City and Lazy Town, I am proud to present Stingy's Highest Quality Rips, Volume
I'm not in
9.
1.25.
That's right,
Joke's
it's
on
an
you.
album
I'm on
all about me.
1.05. Alright, you really want to? I'll take it back to 1.0. A whole 0.05 point difference. But yeah, I had turned it down to 1.05 like an hour ago. So it was almost normal speed the whole time. So now you'll get completely normal speed.
Compiling all rips up to this point, including my special events, such as the time I invited Lil Jon. Yeah! Stingy's Highest Quality Rips Volume 9 is available now on Stingy's Archive.
No,
You can find the link in the
I further took it down. I didn't actually say it when I did it, but it was on screen. I went in a second time, like 5 minutes later, and slowed it down another bit more.
description below. That's not all. Make sure to follow Stingy's Archive in the future for more of my album
And of course it's Netherlands, because that's where freaking Grandiose City is. You know, I guess he didn't have to drive too far in that tiny car of his, right? Because you have to go from, what, Iceland or wherever the show was filmed, and then just drive down through, what, Denmark? Well, wait, shit. Wait, no. You have to go through an ocean, right? Because Iceland is water? I mean, an island, right? Shit, what was my geography like again? I was getting it confused with, like, Denmark, because I know you have to drive, like, from... no, Iceland. If it was in Iceland, yeah, he'd have to drive his car underwater, underneath the Faroe Islands, and, through the North Sea. But, yeah, eventually he'd make it to the Netherlands, so... If he could turn that car into a submarine, I guess it would make sense.
Releases. I have so many more
I don't know why I was confusing, like, Iceland and Denmark.
ideas. Want to hear about my next album? It's called... Hey, can't you see I'm busy? How rude to interrupt me like that. Hold on, everyone. I'll be right back to talk more about my plans.
Oh, Joke Explainer. Is someone in there? Hello? Joke Explainer knocked the door again to no response of the rustling and murmuring from inside the storage unit. What could be happening in there? Is someone trying to tamper with her stuff? Oh, it's her storage unit. Also, Stingy Psyx Quality Rips Volume 9 was the official sequel to Volume 8 from Halloween 2016. What happened between that time? Weren't there a bunch of other albums? What? I'm opening the door, fair warning. Joke Explainer hooked the handle and slid the door upwards through the opening, and a matching pair of annoyed eyes glaring daggers into her. Sorry. I like the instruments they're using for this. I'm guessing this was an original, like, remix of this track. But yeah. May I help you? Hi, may I ask why you're here in this storage unit? Why should I answer exactly? Who are you? You weren't sent by Robbie, were you? I'm the Joke Explainer 7000. I'm a robot designed for the purpose of explaining the jokes of SiIvagunner rips. So that's where I recognize you from. You're an electronic device? Yes, that's correct. We can come back to that. What can I get for you? I'm here to retrieve my laptop, as well as some other things. Could you please move out of the way so I can gather my belongings? You want me to give you your belongings? Ha! I think you'll find that everything in this room is mine now. And of course the music changed. Is that supposed to be like Doki Doki Literature Club? Like instruments in the background? Let's see. They weren't numbered. This arrangement was originally featured in Of 2023. It's extended for this album announcement. Oh, the one song in the background of this one. Okay. That's right. It all belongs to me. Property of Stingy, king of Lazytown. Oh. And that's why I recognize you. Stingy, these aren't your belongings. I don't see why not. Finders keepers, if you ask me. But this place is meant to store other people's. Perfectly good stuff, left straight about. And what a terrible mess you left. And how does anyone live like this? Who is that honking out there? That happens all the time, you know, someone trying to pick someone up for an Uber or something. It's annoying. I was moving out? Is that a Billy Joel reference? Oh, really? That's interesting. Joke Explainer started flipping the flap of her pocket up and down. This conversation can't end soon enough. And SiIvagunner's channel, too. Completely unchecked, abandoned, and worth thousands of billions. I just had to take control of it. And so, as King Stingy, I had declared the channel to be mine. Joke Explainer's joints froze. You've been uploading rips to the channel? Yep, my computer, my channel, my rips, my schedule. Huh. And you can't have it. Joke Explainer pondered for a moment. This makes things more complicated. A primary part of my directive during recent events is, has been to find a sustainable, alternative, long-term channel host. Also, I recognize that song in the background. What is that song in the background? You technically meet those qualifications with what you've done here, but... Please, give me my laptop back. Please give me my laptop back. And deprive me of access to my channel. I guess. But then I can't upload rips to the channel. I can't upload to the channel without my laptop. But it's my laptop! Nope, it's mine. Joke Explainer stared off at a brick wall behind the storage unit, intermittently looking at the brick wall in front of her. She does not want to have this conversation anymore. But she strengthened her resolve. You know, you're a robot. You're made of metal. You could just, like, fly straight into him and body him, you know? I guess she's non-violent. This conversation could realistically go one of two ways, and she has to make a decision if this conversation is going to end. Taking everything under your possession isn't going to fill any hole in your heart, Stingy. I know times have been rough around here for the past few hours, but I know that you're a good-natured child. You can share, and you're capable of doing so much good if you allow yourself to show empathy to others around you. I have faith in you. So please, for the betterment of us both, can you please give me back my things? No, he's not gonna do that. No. Of course she wouldn't be nonviolent. Wait, of course she wouldn't be nonviolent? I mean, that whole thing with her going into Anna Nut's brain is about, like, avoiding any violence and conflicts, I guess. I think she would be nonviolent. Oh, did you just type it wrong? Nope. Joke Explainer takes immense emotional damage. Emotional damage! 0 HP of damage to Joke Explainer. Wow, that has a lot of damage. Well, trying the other way couldn't hurt. Okay, there has to be for some of us both to come to an agreement about this. Ooh, an agreement. Yes. A legal agreement? Oh, this is where that agreement came from, to retake possession of the channel. Okay, okay. Yes. Wait here. Of course. Stingy ran back to the storage unit and started mashing keys on the laptop. Joke Explainer tried to make Stingy, well, less stingy. You can't really do that, though. It's kind of in his name. He came out of the storage unit with a single piece of printer paper, holding it towards her. At least his printer works, unlike the hunk of junk behind me. Thank God I don't have to use it often. One sec. I'm gonna have to get more tissue soon. Ugh. I feel like crap. Read this. Well, I mean, sure, maybe Stingy got less stingy in the show, but if he's a figment made of everyone's sort of understanding of him, you know, they see his name and it kind of makes sense. A math worksheet? No, the other side. Ah. If you want my stuff, you have to agree to my terms. But it's my stuff! That's what I said! It's mine. From the song. Joke Explainer scans the terms and conditions. She, gets her laptop back. She loses a couple of things and whatever. Sure, that's fine. Before she could compute what was happening, Stingy snatched the paper out of Joke Explainer's hands. Thank you. You are free to come inside. Pick up your laptop and leave your non-laptop valuables in the storage unit. Right, yes, that's what it says. Thank you for agreeing. Thanks for the free pillows. Wait, where did it say? Huh? Always read the fine print. Haha. But I just got those. Joke Explainer considered chasing him down before realizing that it's not worth it. She decides to make a mental note for later. Never underestimate what people's capabilities are around here. And make sure that you lock your doors behind you. You didn't lock your door? Why did you not lock your door? Okay. Before her thought process can go any further, a request to connect reaches her transmitter. Hello? Joke Explainer? Hello? Can you... I can hear you. Hi, just, checking in. Yeah, so, was this after the... I'm guessing this is after the events of her going into Andanut's brain. Anyway. She didn't think anyone would go near the area she lived at. I don't know, people steal stuff from all sorts of weird places. I wouldn't have that sort of optimism. Where are you? You've been out longer than you said you would. I was just taking care of a couple of things from my storage unit. I'm heading back now. Alright, get back safely, okay? I'll try my best, Doctor. I'll be back as soon as I can. See you then. Alright. Yeah, this comment ended up having a bit of a premonition. I think Stingy's gonna find a way to keep the channel. Yep. Where's the more recent comments? He owns the month of June. Yep. I wonder what happens when June ends, though. Like, I wonder what's gonna happen afterwards. Hi, everyone. Oh, is this... No, it was still 3 months ago. It's the Joke Explainer 7000, back in business, and returning to my duty of running the SiIvagunner channel. Oh, is this Mario Kart music mixed in with other stuff? Okay. I would formally like to apologize for my absence. Running the SiIvagunner channel is far more hectic than I initially thought. Oh, this is a bit loud. To ensure the stability of the channel, and to give the channel better security, I moved in with Dr. Andanuts in his lab. He's even offered to assist me, so I don't end up with too much of a workload again. Say hi, Dr. Andanuts. Well, what did I want to say? Hello, beings of the beyond, and, everyone else who may be watching. Oh, because this is after he's had the revelation that he's just a pawn in this world as well. Imagine the previous video gets re-uploaded when June ends, Lama. What, a time loop? I think that was the music from the beginning of the December 2024 SiIva Direct. Okay, a Jolly Gunner. I love Jolly posting, like taking GIFs and videos and just shoving random Christmas effects and voiceovers over it. Such a good meme trend. I'm happy to assist in channel duties and making sure Joke Explainer maintains a healthy workflow, and so on. I'll, make sure she takes good care of herself this time. You'll have to forgive me, it's going to take some time to get used to doing something like this. There's a lot to get used to. You won't be seeing me as much, but, I'll be around. Are you alright, Doctor? You're nervous. Are you sure you want to... Are you sure? There it is! Are you sure? Pretty sure. Oh, perceptive as always, Joke Explainer. I am nervous, yes, but, well, I thought this was something I had successfully rationalized, is all. It's different, like this. He did run a few events. Interesting. I'm sure I'll eventually come to terms with it. These are occurrences that I need to get used to, especially for an arrangement that will persist for a while. I'll be alright. Understood. I'm looking forward to working with you, Doctor. And I hope you're all, looking forward... I hope you're all looking forward to our time as hosts. To celebrate, I prepared a special album for the occasion. Oh, that's a cute little album cover there. Huh. The Joke Explainer 7000's highest quality riffs, Nightfall. Concluding the day-themed trilogy, which began with the Joke Explainer 7000's highest quality riffs, Sunrise and Sunset, this album covers the rest of Season 8. And of course you have, like, Viva La Vida in the background. I hope you all enjoy! Okay, so that was that album announcement. How much do we have left? Okay, I'm gonna power through the rest of this. I do need to get dinner eventually, but... How long have we been going? 2 hours. Oh god, this is longer than some other streams. How many total minutes of runtime are left? 5:45, 4:32, 1:07... Alright, screw it. Let's just wrap it up. Let's finish it. I mean, just get them all done, and then we'll end it there. I think my voice will last. April 21st, 2025. Video was uploaded to the SiIvagunner channel today, supposedly depicting events that occurred about 6 years ago, Easter Sunday in 2019. Videos on the channel with unique stories are nothing new. Worlds besides ours are a known type of phenomena, and similar videos were posted in close proximity, but this one caught my eye. Unlike the others, it claimed to be in the central canon continuum, and even shared some of its more specialized inhabitants, the voice inside your head, someone who I was able to identify as the late President Haltman. Woodman myself, I suppose I shouldn't be surprised at this point, but... To the best of my knowledge, none of the events shown have ever happened. However, the amount of striking, if superficial similarities to our work have pushed me to do further research on the topic. The video is one in a series of Nutshack Woodman 34 videos. These videos are narrated by a reader. Actually, I believe his name to be Reader after further insight, and in most cases star him and his brother Jerome. Oh yeah, our boys Reader and Jerome, let's go! Going through adventures through the world of SiIvagunner. Concerningly, this claim is contrasted by them claiming to be from the real world. The version of events as depicted in these videos seem to follow the history of the CCC, but diverges at some unspecific point before the usurpation of the voice, at which point SiIvagunner, hooked up to a crude, oversimplified version of elucidity, has a nightmare that causes the world to be contaminated with Halloween's spirit. From here, the course of events diverge to a point of almost being unrecognizable, but only almost. So yeah, that's basically the videos we've been watching, the JoJo titled one and the other one. Wow, my voice maybe is dying. To reiterate, this video set depicts lucidity, if not a misunderstanding of it. Several years before its implementation, it depicts Halloween's spirit in one video and Fool's spirit in another, both of which were chiefly known through Holtman Works R&D internal documents. The Easter spirit is not known to exist by our findings, but this track record makes me question the veracity of that claim as well. Something is deeply wrong about these works. I am not sure what. I have concerns that these so-called fan fictions are much less fictional than initially anticipated. No, don't encourage them. Don't encourage the fan fiction writers. You're just gonna embolden them. You should not encourage them. Wait, what's this music? I want to focus on this music. I can't immediately recognize it. Like, part of me is like, oh, I recognize this, but then I can't immediately recognize it. Huh. Okay, several years ago, we received sighting reports of an unidentified duo of beings who possessed abilities consistent with the inconsistency of Fool's spirit. At the time, these claims were written off as preposterous, and indeed after a period of time they stopped completely. But with the benefits of hindsight, these reports stop at approximately the right time, before the usurpation of the voice, consistent with where the proposed history would start to diverge. The Joke Explainer 7000 has records of their appearances in other places, most useful being the AI universe. In any other circumstances, I would pass it as a quirk, a natural byproduct of some multiversal shenanigans. But even in these situations, they make reference to their own work, where they should not know things about what they are saying, things that do not exist yet. I'm struggling to connect the words I'm placing on the page. So basically, they're post-canonizing Reader and Jerome. Wait. Da-na-na-na. Why can I not remember the name of that song? It's on the tip of my tongue. I just can't remember the name of that song that's playing. God damn it. Okay, I'm struggling to connect the words I'm placing at the page. These videos are ridiculous. No, the people are ridiculous. The only things giving them credence is the consistency of their speech, and the ability of that speech to be potentially legitimate, to reflect our world in ways they should not know. It has to be an alternate timeline. No two ways about it. That's the only scenario where all these facts can be true. To engage in cross-dimensional travel would necessitate being parallel, and have disappeared from the CCC makes it a matter of picking the singular option. They are not working out of whole cloth. They are playing with things that do exist, a warped mirror reflection of us. I'm not entirely sure what to make in their nature of their alleged disappearances from this timeline. Perhaps there's a splinter. Their splinter is the opposite effect of the neutralizing power of anomalies, and they were cordoned off due to their power. This must be the work of Fool's spirit to some extent, but to what degree? I will give this timeline the provisional title of CCC Fools, as an offshoot created by Fool's spirit. Perhaps I should file an request for a search of archived strange occurrences that could indicate the moment of divergence, and... This doesn't get to the heart of the matter, does it? It's not the whole context anymore. It would be remiss for me to think of it in those terms. Could this have happened? No, that's still the wrong question. How could this have happened? I do not mean to, in the granular sense. I am not at liberty to guess what could have happened to this universe, to the point that it has the fingerprints of Fool Spirit all over it. My best guess is that it has to do with the reader and Jerome themselves, influencing the world around them. But I am not in the timeline where this happened to check. And that is precisely why I am questioning. I know we're not done. You don't need to, like, remind me. Like, to me, you're coming off as, like, desperate almost. We're gonna get to this stuff eventually. Just don't get your panties in a twist, is what I'm trying to say. We'll get to this stuff eventually. Just don't think I'm abandoning it, alright? I can tell you're, like, getting a little nervous. Okay. Let's see. The concept of alternative timelines is not unfamiliar to the central canon continuum. The voice inside your head had previously talked about his rebooting of the universe, a metaphysical conundrum in and of itself. But he also saw visions of another fracture, one of the end of all things, one that I have since learned happened somewhere. But over here, we were diverted from the chaos, a miraculous change of heart from his original plan. Is that referring to the AI universe getting destroyed? Or is that something else? Instances of branching timelines are not exclusive to this either. We are lucky enough to have another example where the voice was apprehended by armed forces after the construction of Grandiose City, on almost arbitrary occurrence. I had never heard of this group of people, and there's no documentation of their existence in company records. Okay, what is that referencing? A military takeover? What is that referencing? What, did the government of the Netherlands decide enough is enough and they sent the army in there? What's that referring to? Okay, and now we have this. A bomb dropped in our lap. The strongest example there is of a timeline, of how a timeline can diverge through a conjuring of events created purely through being spoken aloud. Knowledge is power. My question, DeWitt, is this. How is the catalyst for an alternative timeline created? What qualifies as a potential so strong that a branch must, divaricate? Divaricate? Is divaricate? I don't know. From the tree. What delineates us here as the most metaphysically stable, the most real, as to save us from those potentials? What could these potentials possibly even have in common? The world beyond ours? Okay, are they just saying... oh, wait. I will be keeping an eye out on the channel for more of this Nutsack Woodman 34 timeline for more info. An alternate reality of events, no matter how divergent, must include a reflection of some reality, and it might be possible to separate it from everything else. And yet somehow, I'm confused by how they figured out I work with Pomni. What? They did mention Pomni in that before, but okay. Huh. A little nugget of interesting tidbits there at the end. So my guess of what the point of this video is that the people who are making the CCC are saying, if one of those fanfic, alternate timeline YouTube series gets popular enough, then we might incorporate elements of it posthumously into the lore. Basically. That's the vibe I'm getting from, the meta vibe I'm getting from this video. Oh, gotta blow my nose again. I may have trouble getting to sleep tonight. Ugh. Alright, what we got left? Okay, let's just keep going. What? Oh, am I not allowed to be sick? Am I not allowed to blow my nose? You just want snot going down my face? Is that what happened? Okay, alright, you do you. YouTube. Oh, they're addressing YouTube itself. YouTube is a platform for video sharing as well as social media and social networking and e-commerce, a subsidiary of Google LLC. The platform was founded in 2005 by Steve Chen, Chad Hurley, and Joey Karim. YouTube is currently the nucleus of all culture on the earth. The nucleus of all culture on earth. As detailed in File 01, GivaSunner created his YouTube channel. Oh, GivaSunner created. No, GivaSunner, sorry. In 2016, shortly after killing his creator. Details about this time are sparse, as his existence as a sentient alien would not have been well publicized for several months until his resurrection as SiIvagunner. What we do know is that his connection to his YouTube channel comes from accounts of GivaSunner's passing, as well as SiIvagunner's death in place from the 2019 termination. It is thought that SiIvagunner's life force is intrinsically tied to the YouTube channel, which may be the key to its anomalous nature. More on this later. On April... I'm dying. On April 12th, 2016... Ain't that the anniversary of the Titanic sinking, or was that April 14th? I don't know. Chad Warden created the SiIvagunner channel, bringing the statue himself back to life. Chad proceeded to finance and heavily promote SiIvagunner, contacting most major contemporary news networks and providing irrefutable evidence of a human terrestrial who was not only intelligent but ran a YouTube channel. Within a day, SiIvagunner and YouTube by proxy quickly became the biggest news story in centuries. Rotterdam became a cultural mecca, and many notable Oh, it is Rotterdam. That's the city that became Grandiose City. Okay. So this is their timeline of, hey, SiIvagunner is an actual statue and not just a YouTube channel, but it's kind of both. Let's see. Siva actually had a whole channel event about the anniversary, with this lore video being the finale of it. Rob a Rotterdam limo. It's cool that they did give it a physical link. I know I say that a lot, but still. Okay. Many notable artists and celebrities relocated to the Netherlands in hopes of collaborating with Extraterrestrial. Oh, you both made the same joke, Milan. The fact that YouTube is an alien's platform of choice is especially remarkable considering its relatively young age as a form of human media distribution, barely a decade at the time. Between April and December, nearly 3 billion further Google accounts were created, and YouTube expanded its services to include social networking and electronic trade. Google's parent company, Alphabet Inc., took advantage of YouTube's nearly triple-fold increase in popularity by relocating the Google corporate headquarters to its Amsterdam offices. That's interesting. This file's actually explaining the impact that the fictional SiIvagunner channel had on the world around it. Like, the fictional, anomalous SiIvagunner channel. That is really cool, though. I never thought about that world building. Incidentally, this made it rather convenient for Haltman Works Company to acquire the company on December 15th. How is Haltman Works Company bigger than Google? What, is that because they're aliens too, and they had way more resources, maybe? But, yeah. Google ruined YouTube. You know, Google would still be pushing out terrible UI updates for YouTube even in this universe. One day after The Voice mechanized the city. Okay, yeah, The Voice just came in and... Again, how did the Dutch government respond to all of this? That's what I want to know. That is the one SiIvagunner lore question I want to know. How the hell did the Dutch government respond to one of their biggest cities getting taken over by some shitpost triangle head? Let's see. New Haltman Works R&D employees should note that much of our data on Earth-native humans was built from Google's vast collections. Of course, this was aided by Google's accounts being legally required for all... Google accounts being legally required for all citizens. What? Wow. But even prior to The Voice's occupation, a collection of personal data was already on its way to becoming acceptable practice in human culture. Note that Nintendo Co. Ltd. Was and continued to be notably tight-lipped about SiIvagunner's declared preference for their music. Reports from their known leakers within the company allege that they hold his use of their intellectual property in high contempt, but do not wish to publicly criticize a figure that has arguably become the most famous being of his time. Referencing all the copyright stuff. One second. On multiple occasions prior to our occupation, Google thoroughly audited the YouTube backend in an attempt to explain SiIvagunner's undeniable physiological dependence on his YouTube channel. Neither Google nor Haltman Works R&D could find any reason for this connection, although it is possible that it's related to the anomalous content that appears in his uploads. I've determined that the upload dates on the channel indicate the time frame of the world beyond ours, and the channel consistency makes use of media that has little to no trace of existence in the central canon continuum. See access restricted. I should note that the content produced by the Earth prototypes, see File 09, and their imitations display these quantities as well, or qualities as well. This is of no surprise considering the AI universe always followed this external time frame. Well, what happened here when the AI got fried? Of course, as I learn, and am coming to terms with, some of the most unusual videos on the channel are the narrative ones that broadcast our world and those beside it. These videos rarely interest residents of our Earth, which is clearly a function of the narrative from my limited testing showing fellow non-anomalous residents of the CCC, and any of these videos about our world provokes little reaction, primarily confusion if anything. I do not wish to press the matter too far with my colleagues. This is both for their sanity and to a small extent my reputation. What, is he talking about the meta-narrative videos? Okay. Regardless, the view counts and comments on these videos rise all the time. I must assume that the user's joke explainer communicates with are a mixture of persons from the world beyond ours, the CCC, and potentially adjacent universes where the SiIvagunner's channel is available. Okay, so our universe. This is pure superstition, but could SiIvagunner's unique bond to YouTube imply that his presence is extra-dimensional? He only uploads high-quality video game rips, but our world is presumably formed by the videos that fall quite far from the typical rip. If that is the case, SiIvagunner would be otherworldly in more ways than one, an avatar of the world beyond ours, if you will. Well, in any case, considering our inherent limits here, it appears that this is the extent of what can be said on the matter. Dr. Andonuts. The description of this stream... no, I put that there. I purposefully made the description of the stream be Planet Robobot, because, you know, it seems like a lot of the core concept of the CCC is based around events and characters from Kirby Planet Robobot, so that's why I put it like that. I did that manually. Anyway, we got 2 left. Last warning. Ooh. What's this music? To whom it may concern. We at Haltman Works R&D have contacted you multiple times regarding a erroneous rerouting of shipments to your current workplace. Over the course of several years, these shipments have totaled approximately 777, I'll laugh at the funny, pounds of donuts. You have repeatedly failed to return the goods as requested, and as such you will be harshly penalized if this demand is not met. Return the donuts or you will be terminated. Please sure to check to include that the bear claws are included. Certain team members have been especially insistent on that front. You know, you're just gonna get a bunch of moldy donuts back, right? Or, you know, they've probably been eaten. Homer. Gomer. Furthermore, keep in mind that the return shipment will not be marked as fully delivered without an additional and roughly equivalent shipment of coffee grounds. Nobody wants to eat their donuts dry. Please understand that all costs related to this shipment have been incurred on your end. Think of it as a form of interest. You are to begin shipment preparations immediately, notifying us as soon as they are complete, and such that they are prepared. We may be prepared for its arrival. Stand ready for my arrival. Sorry. Be ready to package it in an orderly manner, and do not cut corners on the presentation. We expect an update on this matter from you soon. Do not fail us again. J.E. The joke explainer. Wait, joke explainer sending the warning? Is she sending it... Wait, but why is it on the Haltman archives? Why would Joke Explainer need donuts? I guess it's for Haltman Works science team, but still. Also, TBH, when I first saw the Haltman archives, I thought they were related to the end of a manic announcement. Also has an H on a black background. I don't remember what that was. Let me see. Not expecting Joke Explainer to directly threaten Homer Simpson. Oh my god. She's so mad, smoke's coming from her processors. Oh, my bad, it's not smoke, it's steam. Steam from the steamed donuts we're having. Oh gosh, Alright, we got 1 left. Oh, this is I know which one this was. This is the one where Stingy takes over again.
Today is June 1st. The day I was
I've seen it, but we'll watch it again and then end after this.
A few routes during normal scheduling like last year. But Dr. Antonex really wanted to have a big special celebration when I'm staying with him. So I'm trying my best to make this moment special.
Explainer did take a donut from Antonex. I mean, she couldn't really eat it, could she?
For the next few days, I'll be uploading rips with
Concept
some of my
art.
favorite jokes. And yes, I'll be explaining the jokes to each one in proper fashion.
Alright, at which point did Stingy come in?
If you'd like to submit rips to this event, check the high
There we go.
mailing guide for information on how to...
Your birthday, is it?
And it's the FNAF connection terminated music.
Looks like someone forgot their agreement. Or did you just fail to read the fine print? The really fine print? I think so, because you forgot
The fact that
your
it's
side
this
of the deal.
music. Yeah, I know I've seen this video before, but the fact that it's this music.
You always knew it, that's all there is to it. The month of June is mine.
Wait! There's someone I've been negotiated for tomorrow and I believe it's my birthday.
Nowhere to run. Yeah, that's what
No.
it's called.
In fact, I'll take that too while I'm at it.
Finally planning also schedule for next week. I'm making plans for the art gallery.
Time's up, thank you for your time. Did you miss me? I hope you did. You always knew I'd come back, right?
I can't wait until the month of June ends and we see what happens to Stingy.
It's nice to have my rightful place
I wonder
back
if
on the throne.
I wonder like if he's gained a lot of like dislike on the channel for this. Like I'm curious cuz this video only had 19 or 15 dislikes. Curious.
What of SiIvagunner?
You would have think he would have overstayed his welcome though, cuz he had the one takeover and now you have a second one not too long after. You'd think people would get pretty sick of it. Sick of it.
We'll cross that bridge when we get to it, I suppose. In the meantime, I've got plenty in store for the channel. My rips uploaded my way, and it all starts on my birthday. What perfect timing! Now, for my first announcement. You must give all of your art to me for Stingy's SiIvagunner Art Gallery.
I know the Discord server's been changing its art. I never check the SiIva Discord server though.
On screen.
I'm the type of person where I'll join a Discord server and then mute it and never look at it again. Only exception is my own server, and I barely even check that a lot.
That is all for now, my loyal subject.
I mean, even the main purpose of my Discord channel is just to announce when the next stream is. That's the primary function of it. Everything else is just set dressing.
Everyone agrees the rips are better under King Stingy. Welcome back to Season 9.
Alright, and that's everything so far. Yeah, yeah, y'all didn't know. Oh, it was her birthday, and now she signed away her birthday. Oh, I feel bad for her too. Your feelings belong to him. Oh, your feelings are right. Well, then if that's the case, then he has to care about Joke Explainer because our feelings cared about Joke Explainer. So touche. Only Siva can make Stingy sadistic. Lamau. Oh god. Oh, it's a Koishi profile picture. And the fact, yeah, this guy, the fact that he says SiIvagunner, you can tell. Alright, well, until they upload, oh, it says there's one video left, but it's hidden. I wonder why one of them's hidden. Alright, well, I'm tired, my throat is dead, my nose is dead, and I'm hungry. So I'm gonna start wrapping up the stream here. Thank you all for joining. I meant to do a shorter lore stream than normal. It ended up being a little longer than normal. I don't know how that happened, but I guess it was just a drive to get to the end so far. I have to preface it by saying so far. But yeah, the one video was the private my last stand video. Okay, I forgot which one that was. But yeah. So yeah, I'm not going to be able to stream this weekend, I don't think. I have a few things going on this weekend. But then I also have things going on the next weekend and the weekend after that. So if I do stream within the next 3 weeks, I will. It will just have to be in the middle of the week somewhere. or just somewhere that's not a weekend day. I know that doesn't fit everyone's schedule, but I gotta put family priorities above everything else, and there's a lot of family stuff happening in the next 3 weeks. So, yeah. Yeah. Jobs never stop. Yeah, I mean, I'm still working my 9 to 5. I mean, literally, I am still working my 9 to 5, but I mean, I'll stream after work a few days here and there, like I streamed after work today. So, yeah, that's just how it'll work. But anyways, yeah, you all have a good night, and pay attention to the Discord for more news on further stuff, and can't wait to see how Stingy gets murked at the end of June. Alright, you all have a good one. See you next time.